Unified welcomes you to the following presentation of the Midwest Esports Conference. Here at the MEC, we partner with schools all over the Midwest to create premier gaming experiences.
The most common angles that the operator plays. This is like second to only B-Long. Fight is likely having a leg shot, but they're too slow! Hariri lands a perfect headshot.
Laying in the damage zone to the ball now. Going into A4, look at Sage. Laying in the middle.
Sage?
Laying in the damage. Going in revenge for their honey.
No way!
Sage Wabe! Get the quadra kill!
That was
So it kind of sounds fun, so I'll give it a chance. And then we ended up playing in high school the next 2 years together. We've been playing ever since. So he kind of taught me the game. We've been playing on a team since then, and then now we're in college, so we can't play together anymore.
We do love all the players, even the ones we shit talk. We love you all. We love you all.
Body Pluto looking for the plank. Trickster waiting, maybe looking for the steal. Pluto has his engage. The scatter of the weak comes through. Watch Levi though. Levi hasn't been touched just yet, but the damage is coming through. The melt line gets melted. Jinkwall on a killing spree, and all of Ottawa goes down.
Why? Those don't go in. It goes off the sidebar.
Starting to come out, the flash is popped. The Rolling Thunder is utilized to perfection. And now it's all on Thiessen, but Thiessen just keeps on going.
This fall, we are proud to bring you VALORANT and Super Smash Bros. VALORANT will be 8 teams, single round robin with a double elimination playoff. Smash will be 6 teams, double round robin with a 4-team single elimination playoff. Welcome to the MEC. Enjoy the show.
What's good, gang? Happy Saturday it is for all of us here at MEC, the Midwest Esports Conference. I'm Beautiful Crow. I got the Bubba Raid of my Devon, Captain Ahsoka with me today, and we're going to be bringing you all this heater Valorant action. We have a really wonderful matchup for you guys today, but Cap, how you doing?
Well, I'm doing absolutely swell. All is well. It's spooky season, so I'm like literally in my prime right now. And I honestly hope y'all are ready for next week because I will be here in costume, throwing it out there. It's going to happen. And I got 2 costumes. So like day 1, I'll break out 1 costume. Day 2, I'll break out another costume.
Okay.
So honestly, I want everybody to get into the spooky spirit. Crow, I already know you got drip on standby. Even if it's not like a costume or a cosplay, I know you have some spooky drip. Like there's got to be. Also, I know you got costumes. I know you got the pirate costume, which goes absolutely crazy. But, you know, regardless, I'm all enjoying the season. So yes, I'm feeling fantastic, Crow. Like again, it's just, it is the season. It is, you smell it in the air, and it's just a great, great time. And you know what? I love seeing it in MEC as well. Again, we've had some banger matches yesterday, and I honestly hope we can follow that up here today.
We should be able to, absolutely. So yes, the smell of cinnamon and pumpkin in the air. Spooky season has been plentiful as, wait, did you?
Yep, that's
Crow.
Crow.
From my Twitter. Oh no, fangirling over myself here. Look at that perfect profile. But yeah, I don't think I could wear the whole pumpkin head on broadcast because like it kind of smells now. That was like a few days ago.
So that was a real pumpkin.
Yeah, that
So
was a real pumpkin. Yeah,
a real pumpkin. Wow.
Legitimately, it actually took me like 30 minutes to carve it out and whittle it down enough space to get my big old head in it. But yeah, it was a real pumpkin. It was tight. It was tight.
I just want to throw out for a moment that Crow just used the word whittle in a sentence.
Yeah. Let's whittle it down. Oh no! Stop! This ain't even about me like this. Oh, why you posting my day job, or my night job, I should say, as we do have, like you said, a banger matchup today. But before that goes into it, I do believe there's a little bit of special presentation for this match number 1 between Briarcliff and Simpson.
Yeah, I do believe too. I think we have a content piece. So as you can see, our first match is going to be Briarcliff and Simpson College. Let's hear what Briarcliff had to say about that.
We're supposed to be trash talking, but since you're already trash, I guess we're just talking at this point.
Going into the playoffs, I feel like we're gonna go ahead and show you what we've been cooking up. Oh, like in the semis or like after we beat Simpson, I think honestly, it's going to be as easy as tying my shoes for the rest of the teams. I mean, really no one special but us. Honestly, I just got to ask this question about like this guy named Zerona. I don't even know who he is.
Simpson? Yeah, their players are bad. I don't need to worry about any of them.
I wouldn't say there's anybody I'm looking to destroy. I don't really think about them. I think we're like kind of in a state where we could probably beat any team in the league, and most of the teams in the league could probably beat us if they got lucky.
Against Simpson, I think we're gonna go ahead and, for a lack of better terms, crush them, like we will every other team in the conference.
Oh yes, 'tis the season. Absolutely.
Me and Cap in our truest forms. That was great. I actually loved it. I love the confidence and just like opening it with the lines, "You're already trash, so I guess we're just doing some talking." It's probably like top 5 esports moments of all time.
What was funny to me is that they started it out and where you think, okay, this is just going to be a normal statement, just ended in absolute destruction.
Yeah.
Like my guy was just sitting here saying like, oh yeah, you know, I think we're going to do well. And you know, this is what they said. They said, you know, there's really nobody in the conference that we can't beat, and then there's nobody. There's everybody in the conference that could beat us if they get lucky.
If they get lucky. Yeah. If they get lucky.
If they get lucky. Like I thought, okay, you know, they're going to say something that's at least somewhat 50-50 neutral. You know, we have an opportunity to beat everybody. Everybody has an opportunity to beat us if they get lucky.
Look,
and then
it's
I love the skeleton at the end too, because yes, it is indeed spooky season.
Absolutely. But no, Hariri in the squad coming with that heat. Briarcliff looking to be a whole different beast in the playoffs here. Maybe they're like, you know, kitted up because, you know, their logo's like the horse and everything. Are they like flaming, like skeletal horse, you know, Ghost Rider type beat, you know, like coming in with a brand new fire to take down their enemies? I mean, Simpson's up first, so they say they can beat them easy. It's time to put pen to paper as we do look at the playoffs bracket as it has been so far. We did see the games yesterday. ONU and SBU, that was a time and a half if you were here for that one. CSU Vikings in Miami, Ohio.
That was a banger.
The Battle of Ohio.
Yep, and then Miami took it. You know, I mean, I made an unofficial prediction that Miami would take it. So again, you know, I'm happy about that because again, Miami, Ohio is very impressive. But you know, we're looking at this bracket, and I'm just thinking that ONU is going to go the full distance. Yeah. And then Briarcliff, you know, Briarcliff was talking that ish, right? You know, they're talking a little smack. I don't, bro. I mean, dude, you got ONU in the same bracket, okay? And not only that, but you got to get through either Clark or Cornell as well, and Simpson.
Like,
so they're coming with like a lot of smoke, okay? So like, I just hope they could back it up.
Yeah, that's the whole thing, right? I mean, it's double elimination playoffs bracket, so there's a lot of time. I mean, you are afforded a quote-unquote luxury of error in that sense because of the double elim format, but you still got to bring your A game. I mean, Briarcliff, they parked in third at the end of the regular season standing, so they're feeling pretty comfortable. They know anyone below them, they got this. Anyone above them might be a little bit of a struggle, but that's going to be for a later date as we are getting ready to get into this matchup. We have to look at the maps as well. Believe it's our usual bunch of it's gonna be Haven, Lotus Innocent.
Okay, like this is like so funny.
I feel like there should be a big sad face from Cypher somewhere on the screen. Production note.
No, I love it. And also, this is really funny because in the Battle of Ohio yesterday, I even made the comment because, you know, again, it's the same exact layout, right? Same maps and everything. But yesterday for the Battle of Ohio, you know, between Miami, Ohio, and CSU, these were switched. So like Haven and Ascent were switched.
Right.
And this is honestly normally how it goes. Normally Ascent is the decider. But yesterday in that best of 3, it was Haven as the decider, which, you know, again, that it's the same maps, but normally, you know, we'll see this layout. So again, I even made the comment yesterday. I was like, wait a minute, this isn't how this is supposed to go.
See, we didn't even get to Lotus in the first series between literally in the first series. Yeah, like it's the same map layout, just different order each time. But I mean, that just speaks to, you know, the comfortability of the teams on these maps. The state of Valorant Collegiate as a whole, because a lot of the times you're gonna see these 3 maps, like even in other conferences that I've been watching. I've been peeping in, my eyes are everywhere, don't forget. I've been seeing Haven, Lotus, and Ascent with the occasional Sunset. I've seen it a few times. It's becoming a little, the stocks on Sunset are rising, so be prepared to see that. But most of the time it's just Haven, Lotus, and Ascent, Haven, Lotus, and Ascent, the occasional Breeze throw in. Well, yeah, this is the stock standard of Valorant right now.
That's funny because I haven't seen any Sunset, and it's been a while since I've seen Bind. I was seeing Bind a little bit, but now I'm not seeing it like at all. I've been seeing a good bit of Split coming through, I will admit. I have been seeing Split show up a little bit more, and that's kind of like the wild card. Speaking of wild cards, I think Miami, Ohio, you know, again, just talking about the grand scheme of things, I think Miami, Ohio is a sleeper team. I really do. I think they're a sleeper team. I wouldn't even say they're a dark horse. I mean, from the get-go, from the jump, this is a strong team. The only reason that they're so low in the standings is because they didn't show up to play the games. It's like, you know what, we'll just show up for the playoffs. But with that being said, I don't think they're going to be able to take one against ONU. But for anybody that's going into the lower bracket, you're going to have to get through Miami, Ohio. I think Miami, Ohio is going to just run through that lower bracket. Again, so just be prepared for that sleeper team. And, you know, again, for Briarcliff, again, if for whatever reason you find yourself in the lower bracket, I can almost promise you're going to have to play against Miami, Ohio. But regardless, again, those are just some of Captain Cappin, just my thoughts. You know, that's just some predictions that I'm just getting from the crystal ball head of mine. Those, and again, like that's just how I see this one shaping up. But regardless, let's get into this matchup. All right, it's about that time. I want to see some agent selection. I want to see what compositions we expect going into Haven. And again, let's talk about the meta here, because this is one thing that I love to see from Briarcliff, and it's especially Konichi. Konichi is going to be one of those standout players for sure. And then who forget about Tony, bro? I love Tony over there, dude.
Big Tony over there, bro. Yeah, no.
But Konichi, whenever you expect to see a Sova, Konichi brings the fade.
Yeah, I really, in this conference, I will say that Konichi has been, you know, one of the better players that has been operating, switching between the Sova and the Fade, being able to play both of those very, very good intel gathering agents and having a wonderful presence on the map each time. And you look at the composition coming in for everybody else, and it's like, it's a pretty stock standard composition, right? We might see maybe 1 or 2 changes, and it will be, you know, Blight rocking the Sova or Konichi rocking the Fade. But like Haven, I'm not saying it's solved 100%, you know? Like I never want to say, oh, this map is solved, this is the only composition that works on it, because there's always so many other options you can do. But this is a type of composition that just works so well. As it's going to be the difference in Duelist as well as the intel gathering agents. And we're going to Haven for game number 1 between Briarcliff University and Simpson College.
It's just so interesting to me because, again, you know, you're going to be getting a lot more intel with the Sova than you would have Fade. So, again, what we're going to be seeing from Briarcliff is not so much intel gathering. It's going to be more fragging. That's what they're going to be going for. They're going for entry, and that's what Fade is going to bring you. Granted, you can get a little intel, but Sova just gives you that much more intel. So, again, Briarcliff, they're going to be relying more on that utility that comes from Fade rather than, you know, what information you possibly could get from Sova. And with that being said, also, I want to make sure that we all watch out for Hariri on the KJ, because this is a KJ that snipes. Okay, they're good with the sniper rifles, so just watch out for the sharp shots. They love to line up those angles. So again, it's something I'm not used to seeing, because when I see snipers, it's usually like a jet or chamber, you know, something to that effect. This KJ though, this KJ clicks heads.
You know, Hariri is a master strategist. And speaking of strategy though, full send down C. Oh, I thought Scribe was gonna be able to pick something off, but no. everyone is there, and Blight has to watch his homie fall. I mean, that's just a great push out by Briarcliff. They said they were ready to play. They're not going to allow Simpson College to breathe at all. As Milk going to go ahead and get that spike planted. Now this retake is all topsy-turvy. Is immediately, see, they plant it down and dip off. This strat is so hard to pull off successfully, but when the teams that get it right, they get it right.
Look at the bunny. Oh, bunny's not there anymore. Yeah, anyway, there was a bunny on that Jade pistol. I love it. Also, that's one of my favorite pistols. And now, Siders is able to put it into Hariri.
Okay.
A little caster's curse for you there. Is now you can see the spike will continue to tick away. Out goes the concussion, but the paranoia hits as well.
Oh!
And look at Koinichi and now Freight getting on the board, just protecting the spike. I think they got it halfway, but they're not gonna be able to stick it. Oh wait, no, they did!
No!
Simpson College somehow stick it with one player remaining.
Oh wow! Literally, with his dying breath, finishes the defuse. Holy cow. Briarcliff, maybe I'll need to pump the brakes just a little bit. The cockiness and the confidence might have gotten a better view in this pistol.
And it was crazy too yesterday because like we were watching again Miami, Ohio take on CSU, and CSU like nearly won every pistol round, and I'm pretty confident they did, but I think there was at least one game where Miami actually took a pistol. So again, you know, you don't want to give that type of momentum early because like Simpson College, they could take this and be like, well, we're going to win every pistol round now.
Every pistol. Well, as we are going into this next round, some light buys coming out from Simpson. We got a little bit of pocket change and they're ready to let it rip. Siders, are you serious? Staying alive and getting some frags in the meantime. Briarcliff completely routed over here in this corner by A. Now their game plan has gone all to shambles as Simpson's only lost one in that exchange. Only Tony, only Hariri, and they only have limited space to work with here. I don't know if they're going to still try to go for this, but look on the backside, look on the map. Yeah, Scribe in the perfect position to catch them if they try to rotate out.
Yeah, they're not going to. I mean, they know what they're up against here. They know how this one's going to go. They just have to face the music at this point. I mean, look at the pinch. Anomaly on one side, Siders on the other, and that'll just about do it. Siders with a 4K, able to wrap that one up nicely. And it wasn't even an expensive win. They only lost one player in the crossfire. So again, that was a great buy round for Simpson College. But now you got Briarcliff, who's going to have the opportunity to buy up. They're going to be bringing the rifles here in round 3.
Absolutely. Bringing the rifles, bringing the thunder. As we do get a quick look at the economy. Is Scribe going to sit with that Marshall? Do some big game hunting on the fields today. See if Simpson can keep this tempo up. So far, so good in these past 2 rounds. Briarcliff, they need to turn down the heat just a little bit and regroup before it gets too far gone from them. It looks like A to be the name of the game. Siders will get hit with that concuss. Now he has some knowledge. He knows somebody's there. Don't know how many, but he'll drop a few shots and dip right off his... This time, Briarcliff's looking for a successful A hit, sneaking on up. It's only 2 members of Simpson that are here. Now down to 1 as Siders drops.
And honestly, that's a huge pick because Siders has been the one that's really been holding down that A site again, time and time again. You know, from the pistol round, of course, to the second round, they were just a menace in the sewers. You know, they were Pennywise down there. And finally, they were able to get rid of Siders. So it's going to be a clear and free plant now onto the A site. Let's look at Hariri getting taken down by Blight on the flank.
Yeah, perfect flank by Blight. Trying to be a thorn in Briarcliff's side. See him stuck in the corner. Whoa, got reloaded. Scribe says sit down, goodbye. Now it is all up to him, and unfortunately, he would not be able to do enough damage. Okay, Briarcliff, stop the bleeding, hatch it up, and get a round back in their pocket.
Yeah, they do. And again, you know, that's what I expect, you know, in the rifle round. I mean, they had the power of the purse. They were able to buy up. They had the better weaponry. And, you know, we already seen what Simpson College can do, you know, inspectors and things of the like. But now we're getting ready to head into round 4, and this is going to be the first rifle round, as it were. But take a look at this. You see Scribe with the Odin and Siders with the Op. This is where you start to get nervous right now if you're BCU.
It's so early. Okay, go for it. Let it rip, Scribe. Live your best life. Doing his best Banthanor cosplay here. Dropping shells over on B site. It's a lot of firepower to be running into. He's set up right at the doorway too. Has to make sure that a flank does not catch him, and Siders will be there watching. Well, I say that as I do pull off for just a moment. There's Blight. B and C playing around a lot. The spike is over in that area, so there's no hard pump fake over to A. As ooh, wow, that was impressive. Siders getting one, but immediately falling as Freight dropping the Freight train on him. Good for 2, and that's gonna be a plant for BCU.
And you know what? That's a good trade no matter which way you cut it, just because, I mean, you got rid of the op. But now take a look at this. Scribe with the Odin will be the next on the chopping block. So that's 2 big guns now down and by the wayside. Is now Tony trying to hang on. And look at the mean flank from Freight there. But it will be Tony to end things out on Blight. They went for the swing and they fell right on off. There you go. It's going to be 2-2 now as we got ourselves a tie game.
All tied up. Briarcliff starting to pick it up. I mean, hey, they've, you know, I feel like they cooled their jets a bit on the comms, you know, playing a bit around. Maybe they underestimated how Simpson will play in the early game, because Simpson does have pretty decent early games against the teams that they can, you know, match competitively against. Remember, this is the 3rd seed and the 6th seed going at it.
Oh, here we go. Round 5 now underway. We're going to start this off with a lot of utility in mid.
Oh, wow.
Nobody really biting on that, but look at Siders again, going to be operating in the sewers here, has the Blade Storm activated, and thanks to the kill feed, they were able to get one on Tony. Tony Two Toes now down in the dirt.
Yep, and look at the flank here from, oh, okay, Bonsai. Thought he had something going for him, but Milk too fast on the toe, spins around. And just like that. Oh, I didn't even get to finish my point, man. Doesn't matter. Puts him in the dirt.
I told you, Hariri's a beast on the sniper.
Honestly, really, really scary to see. Milk will get the plant onto the C site. I'm really liking this now from Briarcliff, slowing it down, not really having to chase for their kills because they know they're in control.
Well, not only that, but also, you know, they did have the buy round. They forced an eco into Simpson College, and right now all you got to really worry about is Siders with the Blade Storm as they find the limb on Milk, and now they get one on Freight. Oh, the op shots aren't landing, but it's okay. You got Koinichi there to protect Hariri, and Hariri able to finish up on Blight. And that was actually starting to look a little scary for BCU.
That was terrifying. Oh, wow. Had that last knife hit, got the reset. It was a potential self-ace. Great Valiant play. Unfortunately, was not going to be the nail in the coffin for them in that round. But yeah, there was a lot of util dump at the beginning of that last round, and didn't really pay off the way a lot of the teams expected. But now, I mean, economy-wise, okay, Sider's still rocking with the op, wants to do some damage in. How does Simpson College, you know, get back into this and kind of shake off this, well, that's one way to start, shake off this, the cobwebs, because like they started off hot, and now Briarcliff just flipped it on its head.
Yeah, and honestly, that sniper battle is what I was looking forward to the most, because I knew it was going to be Hariri and it was going to be Siders. They both had the op in hand, and you know, at the end of the day, Jet on the op, you know, they already had the angle. So Siders, especially over there towards A, have been, you know, pretty ironclad. Like, when you go to A site, the first thing you have to do is get rid of Siders. So again, great way to start it off. And now Siders is the last player remaining because BCU, they kind of went with the bait and switch. You know, they lured it out a little bit on A and they went straight up into B.
Yep, absolutely. You know, stick to it. Yeah, it's 4v1. I mean, there's no ultimate available for Siders right now, so yeah, you have to hit every single shot as the pings are out. They're looking for him. There's no time to defuse.
You gotta save the op.
He's trying to, but they are hunting for him. A few seconds left. He gets one. Does he get two? Oh. Okay, he saves the op. The op has been saved, Cap.
That last shot would have been gnarly if they would have landed it. That'd have been nasty. But once again, we should see another op battle here because look at this. I mean, Hariri once again is going to be going with the op, and honestly, that to me is really dangerous. Just because, you know, you got players like Jet, who of course can like mad dash away if they miss a shot. Hariri on the KJ, when they break out the op, they're not going anywhere. You know, it's gonna like when you cross Hariri, somebody's gotta go.
Immediately. It's the MO every single time. As we do see Freight gonna jump on his side. He has eyes on Scribe and gets him down. Bonsai not staying alive either. Quick jump in results in 2 frags for Briarcliff, and yeah, that's the signal to plant. Go ahead, light the fire. Put it down is Blight. He's listening. Some potential happenings. He's walking into a snare trap, but no, it's actually Freight who falls. Luckily though, Milk and the rest of the squad is there to back him up. Ooh.
One enemy
Nightmare's out. Milk wants to clean it all up, but Cider says no sir. Once again, the last alive gets 2. Looking for a 3rd. He just has to get 2 more. Schwitzes to the shorty. Is that the best idea? Not in this case. It's Kenichi quick with the flick. Gonna ensure that Briarcliff get that round. No questions asked.
Yeah, and you know, with Simpson College constantly buying up for that operator, they're going to be, there's no shot that they're not going to be forced into an eco round, because you can only buy the op so many times. You know,
Right,
like again,
right.
that is an expensive piece of hardware. But now we have our first time out, which means it's time for the Captain and Crow show.
A little bit of banter between the boys.
On my way. Here.
So far, okay, so Ciders is really trying to get some rounds on the board for Simpson. But I feel like they're not going about it the correct way. They keep spreading out a little too thin when they know, we've seen time and time again, Briarcliff like to hunt as a pack. They're a big group of hyenas. They aren't going off one at a time, you know? And it's just, you see one, you automatically know that at least 2 more are going to be right behind them. And I don't think Simpson College is matching that enough.
Okay, well, while we still got a little bit of the Captain and Crow show, tell me, what are you going to be for Halloween this year?
I don't know yet.
All right, I got Leatherface. Okay. Clearly, y'all saw my Leatherface cosplay. I think it's pretty good, if you ask me, because again, you know, I'm a plus-size individual, and Leatherface, Bubba, is like the only plus-sized, you know, like a movie killer. You know, when you think about the big movie killers, you got Voorhees, you got Michael Myers, of course, you got Freddy Krueger.
True.
But Leatherface, that's the plus size boy. That's the big boy representation. So yeah, I love me some Leatherface. And then Billy Puppet, because I'm a big fan of Saw. Would even call myself a disciple of Saw.
Ooh.
And just saw Saw X for the first time last night, and it was great.
You liked it? Okay.
Oh,
I heard
I
mixed
liked
things
it.
about it. I heard mixed
Oh,
things
boo mixed things. No, it was good. Shush.
Heard that.
I mean, it's a Saw movie. It's not winning any Oscars. Calm down.
It could though.
No, it couldn't. I love Saw, and like I'm a huge Saw fan, and I'll even admit like they're not going to be winning any Oscars. But right now, Briarcliff does manage to come in, and they're going to win the C site and take it with some authority.
Listen, you want to talk about Oscars? We need to give Kenichi best supporting role, because this man is going crazy, making sure that Simpson does not have any way to stop the onslaught from Briarcliff, because that's exactly what it's been. It's been an onslaught. Every time they walk up to a site, they're taking heads and they're planting spikes. It's been time and time again. It's been reoccurring. As Freight actually with a bullet in the butt will go down though. Nominally gonna clean that one up. As once this is the same strategy they employed in round number 1. Drop the spike and then dip off the site. Like I said, very high execution it takes to make this work. Is normally trying to go for the defuse, but there's just too much pressure. This time, there will be no shenanigans, and this time, the spike will be detonated on C site in Briarcliff.
Yeah, no ninja defuse that time around. Again, I still can't believe that defuse play in the beginning. That was just, again, what was that, like a 1v4 defuse?
Yeah.
So yeah, again, that was some nuttiness that I don't think we're going to be privy to see anytime soon. But going into the next round, again, Hariri with that operator. I mean, they're not top fragging, but still, you know, they're being a nuisance. They got in a limb in that last round on C main, and they're not giving it up. I mean, look at the cash that they're stacking on right now. They have 8,800, so they have enough to buy and then buy again.
Shoot, they can buy me something with all that money. You know, Christmas coming up soon, so...
Hold the phone. Let's get through Halloween first. Don't go Walgreens on me and break out the Christmas decorations, all right?
It's already happened. It's in so many stores. They've been putting out Christmas stuff the past few days. Makes me sick.
Well, here we are, back on towards the A site. Here comes the push, and I do hear a rolling thunder coming out. Freight able to find the limb on Ciders. Great start here, Konichi now operating from down low. Throws out the haunt, looking to try and find somebody. And look at this. You got Anomaly in the corner who does manage to get one with the Spectre. That was pretty clutch. And now out comes the lockdown.
Briarcliff, these takes are just so aggressive. Kenichi with 3. Bonsai managed to stay alive a little bit longer. Who can crouch first? It's going to be him with 4. Himmy, Turner, Kenichi ensuring that round for Briarcliff. I'm telling you, he's working for the Oscar nomination.
Here we go, getting ready to head into round 10, and BCU has just been on a tear. I mean, they literally dropped the first 2 rounds and then haven't dropped a round since.
Yeah, I told you, they stopped playing around.
Yeah, clearly. I mean, they've just been going on an absolute tear, and now they have 2 ults at the ready. Simpson College with 1. They both have that teleporter online, but it's the Nightfall you're going to have to watch out for. Meanwhile, it is going to be another eco round, it looks like, coming from Simpson College. They're going to be trying to do the most here with some Sheriffs. So good luck to them. As you can see, the spike is going to be hovering around mid, and they really haven't committed to either side. I think because it's an eco round, they're expecting an all-out push, which we have seen Simpson College do before, but it doesn't look like they're going to try it this time.
Yeah, I really think Simpson are going to try and drag this and make this as slow as possible, because Briarcliff just keeps forcing their way onto sites time after time after time. And they do have that Nightfall, like you mentioned. Very big on initiations on the sites. Yeah, Simpson's getting flamed. They got to run. Looks like B site will be the objective here. Yep. Ensure all of that's going out. Milk, get out of the way of an Incinerate. Not going to have none of that business. Bonsai. There's Marks. Okay, 8 off. Okay. Nightfall is gone. Oh, wowie. Okay. That's obnoxious. You want to treat a B site, you have to pay the toll and the tax, and that is a flawless for Briarcliff. Oof. Yeah. I think they're awake.
Yeah, just a little bit. As now you can see they have that 6-round lead in their favor, 8-2 split. And now take a look, the showstopper is online. And for Simpson College, they do have the Blade Storm, so they definitely have a little bit of utility going into this next round. Simpson College now with an opportunity to answer back, as you know, they're finally able to buy up to the rifles again.
Yep. Managed to get some rifles online. Hopefully this will help them out. I don't believe Siders has an op right now. I don't know. Oh, that's scary. Nope, you gotta run. You gotta run. You gotta get out of there, because the taxman cometh is okay. Blight says no death and taxes today. Takes out Freight. How much more can he get off of this? Briarcliff just running and gunning and taking them all out. Okay, managed to get at least a few bodies dropped in the interim. 1v3 isn't the craziest. Siders actually does win the 1v1 against Kenichi, the one you definitely want to take out. But Hariri is here, op in hand, and you know he is a dangerous individual with that weapon in his arsenal.
You know, I want to listen to these comms, which we can't, but you know, I do want to. I wish we could. I wish we could, just so that way I can hear somebody on the side, just say, "Got milk." You know, whenever they eliminate, you know, like, cause hear me out. Whenever you eliminate somebody, be like, "Oh yeah, I got him. I got such and such."
Right.
Got milk. I want to hear somebody from Simpson College say, "Got milk."
I would 100% be doing it multiple times. Ooh, Siders? Okay, with the knives out. Gets 2 before they have to fall. Big Tony gonna stop that rampage. But that actually opens up a lot for Simpson College. This is a very even footing ground now. As we actually get Hariri's Killjoy Ultimate will be dropped. That allows them to slow down the pace and get that plan on the A. This retake is very doable for Simpson, and they need something. Maybe put it at 9-3 before this half switches. No, they would love to.
Yeah, and we've almost seen a 9-3 curse come to fruition yesterday as well. So again, that would be pretty interesting to see that opportunity. But take a look at this. I mean, it's an absolute swing, and it will be a solid retake coming from Simpson College. And there you have it. We're going into the second half of the dreaded 9-3 split.
That was real close. I mean, they had the double peek at the same time, a double swing at the same time onto Hariri to make that work. Mans was starting to cook up. Well, yes, like you said, 9-3 curse. It's, you know, curses are generally more powerful during October. Or so I've been told. I haven't cursed or been cursed before. I don't know what I'm talking about. Ignore me. Anyway, Cap, yeah, so let's see how Simpson does on attack now.
Well, let's find out as we are getting ready to get this next round on the way. And you have to keep in mind and remember that Simpson College, they did win the first pistol round. Let's see if they can continue on and take the next. BCU on the defensive side now. And, you know, there's been some speculation of where the allegiance lies here on Haven. Is it with the offense or the defense? Honestly, I don't really think it's going to make that big of a difference because a lot of the times in the win percentage, you know, Haven falls closer to that 50-50 mark than most. So let's see how this one's going to go now that it will be Simpson College on the attack.
Yep, I mean, granted, they did win that last pistol, or the first pistol, at the beginning of the series. It wasn't pretty. It literally came down to a last second, last breath of the fuse. Wants to make it more definitive this time, but Hariri taking point. Trades 1 for 1. Simpson had lost one earlier, though, so it's a 3v4. Tony gets caught reloading. That's like getting caught with your pants down, bro. Oh, man. That puts it back at even. Anomaly with the plant down. Let's see if Simpson can hold on. Blight. One more shock dart left can make some magic happen. Okay, if they were counting, they definitely know it doesn't have any more of those to use. Sight should be pretty good for the retake if they can just win this gunfight. Trades galore. It's a 2v2. Back to back, bros. You gotta do it. 1v1, and it's Milk. He's good with it. None. Not a single drop spilled. Briarcliff will be first in double digits in this game number 1.
Yeah, that they will, and they took the pistol round, so they are going to have an advantage going into the next round, which should put them at 11 round wins. And, you know, after that, it's going to be must-win rounds coming from Simpson College. I mean, this is just looking really good for BCU, and not only that, but the fact that they were able to take the pistol here in the second half. Oh, I think that's just going to put them, you know, beyond reach at this point.
It's a scary position to be in if you are Simpson College. But, you know, it's not insurmountable, you know? Like, this is something that they could come back from. It's just, unless Tony does that, okay, wow. I retract my previous statement.
Careful.
Well, here we go. Looks like the spike is going to be heading over towards A. Meanwhile, you have this lurky turkey jet just kind of hovering over there towards mid. And I think they're going to try and catch some people out of rotation once they realize that the spike is going to be going to A. But look at Anomaly there. They're going to be sticking with the classic. And again, it's unfortunate that, you know, Simpson College stuck in the save around here. Meanwhile, the spike does go down, and here comes the cavalry from BCU.
Yep, cavalry indeed. Oh, Siders. It's 1. Can he get 2? No. It's not the gun you want to be missing shots on. Oh, Kenichi, no way! The Angel of Death falling from above, silencing his foes. Gets 2. Puts Simpson College's absolute disastrous moment. Just when it looks so good for them. Look at it be the defuse. Nothing Siders can do. He trips coming out the window. Briarcliff at 11.
Yep, no big surprise there. I mean, that's what happens when you have the power of the purse on your side. They're able to come through and take that. But I got to tell you, Simpson College, they did make that one rather expensive. That cost Briarcliff 3 players. So that's going to be 3 rebuys that they're forced to get going into the bonus round. And, you know, it's very rare that we'll see the bonus. So let's see. I don't know if Briarcliff can pull it off. I mean, if they do get the bonus, then it's game over. I'm sorry. It's GG's, wrap it up. But this is now time. This is an opportunity for Simpson College to strike back.
100%. Yeah, this is the round that's the make or break. If they want this comeback to be a reality, this is the round they have to do it in. But looking at their economy, they had to spend it all. They literally took out a loan to get this going.
And they're definitely not shy to spend money. I mean, we were watching, you know, Simpson College in the first half, and they were buying ops like back and forth, left and right. And now look, Hariri again, going to be watching C Long here with the Marshall in hand. Again, going for the sniper shots. Did land one. But again, the Marshall, you know, is just Doesn't hit like the op does.
It don't. No
Again,
way.
ciders and sewers.
Oh man.
Here.
I don't like that skin, like the toy skin. Like I'm not a fan of it. You know, it's funny. It is funny, but again, I'm just not a fan. And now you can see Milk coming from up on high, does drop down to get in a limb with the Spectre. Not only the KJ, Hariri remains, and last scene, all they had was a Marshall in hand. Go for the peak, and Ciders is able to put it into Hariri.
Well, Briarcliff are looking to close this one out pretty handily, Cap. I mean, yeah, Simpson College got that round. Much needed boost, a little steroid shot in the arm. Can they keep going though? If you, okay, in the shoes of Simpson College, Cap, what do you say to the comms? What are we talking about? Like, what am I yelling at my team about here?
Well, it's not even play for picks. I mean, that's pretty much it. Honestly, I mean, you got, if you could just get the pick on Hariri there on C main, you pretty much just take C. But now look at this. You got Freight with a Bucky of all things. Not to say that the Bucky can't get the job done, but Briarcliff, they had money. So I don't understand why they bought the Bucky.
It's a creative decision.
They could have got the judge.
Spike planted.
This is interesting. Okay, you're talking about getting picks. That's a good pick to get. Let's see if they can carry it through. Is Tony, though. Big sheriff in town. We'll make him pay for it. Ciders on the return. Look at Konichi, though. Look at Konichi, though. He does have the flake. Gets blinded and concussed, but still manages to take out Blight. Oh, there's two hiding in the corner. Milk! The Milkman cometh. And he wants to take it all down. Anomaly. Not going to be able to do anything. That's the defuse, that's the kill. Briarcliff putting it at match point.
I mean, GG's. That's it. I mean, you're forcing Simpson College on an eco round on match point. So, yeah. I think this first game is all but wrapped up. But look, the timeout coming from Simpson College, maybe they have a little bit of money to work with here, as they're going to try and strategize. Again, you know, this is a team that knows how to like spread the funds around to make things happen. We saw it a lot in the first half, where some players would go a little bit without. You know, we'd see like a Guardian and a half shield, so that way Ciders can buy up for the op. So maybe they're going to try some trickery here and see what they can make the most out of this. Let's just call it a budget buy.
Here.
Sorry, I accidentally touched my mic apparently. But yeah, making the most out of a bad situation is a very much an understatement for this moment right now for Simpson. But like you said before, in the previous round, getting those picks is very important, right? Taking down Tony, you know, getting Konichi down, it makes the round a lot more doable. And I'm hoping that Ciders is telling his team, guys, we can still do this. I'm on Jet ult here. We've seen him do some crazy things with those knives in this game alone. He just has to do it, you know,
careful,
a lot more times in a row.
To say the least, you know, 8 more times in a row. But regardless, you know, I mean, at least we're seeing a little bit of economy coming out. I mean, it's not a budget. It's really not a budget buy. It's not an eco round. So, again, they have an arsenal to work with here, especially with the Blade Storm. Is now it's going to be all out push on C. And this is pretty much what I thought was going to happen. But again, they're not able to get those picks. The pinch coming from Briarcliff is just too good. They're coming from Garage. They're coming from main. And now only Blight remains, and down they go. BCU is going to reign supreme here on Haven.
Okay, go next. Literal go next angle. Literal, there are no notes. Literal go next angle. I liked some of what Simpson College was doing, but I just feel the unstoppable force that was the combo of Hariri and Konichi made things what's the word I'm looking for here? Tough would be too easy. Like, tough saying, oh yeah, it was a hard-fought battle, but they gave it their best try. It's just, they needed to do more. And hopefully, I mean, hey, we're going to Lotus next, so.
Well, who had the map pick on Haven? Was that BCU that picked Haven?
That was a BCU pick, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, that makes a little bit more sense to me because again, you know, some teams. Come on, man! I love this. For the record, by the way, I love these map picks. I love Haven, Lotus, and Ascent because this is competitive Valorant. Is these 3 maps? Yes, we see it all the time, but it's for a reason. Some of the best matches are played here. Granted, I think Bind also has a lot of great matches on that as well. I think Bind is a very competitive map. I don't know why it's been getting banned lately, but these 3. I love seeing it, especially Lotus. Lotus, when it first came out, everybody was like kind of dookying on it, you know, but now Lotus has always been like, even when Lotus came out, I liked Lotus. So now that it's actually starting to increase in pick rate in the competitive scene, I'm all here for it. Again, you could say that they're boring, but at the same time, I've seen some of the best Valorant matches played on these 3 maps.
Yeah, I mean, no, it's 100%, you know, call the meta-defining maps in the moment. But yeah, it's just what a lot of teams are comfortable on right now in the collegiate space. I've just been watching a lot of that. And hopefully this could be the turnaround that Simpson need. Because like I said, they were putting up a fight. It's just they weren't getting the correct plays as they needed them. You know, like it was like a little too late here or there. You know, just some stuff to shore up. But hey, we still have time. It's not the end of the world just yet. But with that being said, we're going to throw it to a break, and when we come back, we'll be here for map number 2 between Briarcliff and Simpsons. Go get a snack, come right back, we'll be here. and welcome back. And oh my god! No! Okay, seems I've been joined by a special guest here. Yeah. Game number 2 to be on the way shortly between Briarcliff and Simpson College. Captain Jig Soka, how are you feeling?
I want to play a game.
Well, I would hope the game is called Valorant because that's the type of time we're on today.
Simpson College. You've played Valorant. And now you play for your upper bracket lives. You have lost game 1. Now, you have to win game 2 to stay alive in the upper bracket. Win or lose. Make your choice.
Well, I have a feeling it might not be up to them. They might choose to live and keep going through this bracket. But they got to get through that indomitable force that is Briarcliff, who's been on a pretty strong play. Like, last game, it wasn't a stomp by, like, score line for real. If you watch the game, like, you're like, okay, I can see why it got this far. But they're really going to have to fight, because this is Simpson College's pick on Lotus, I believe. Yes. Now we're about to go to, as soon as everything gets queued up and we get an agent select. But yeah, I mean, they're going to have to bring the fight 100% to get to that decider game 3, which I believe we're doing on Ascent.
It is going to be Lotus. As we get ready to go into game 2.
All right, the agent select is here. Let's see what these compositions are looking like. Is Anomaly actually going to play the Sage? I see the hover, but I don't know if they're actually going to commit to that. Viper, Omen, Breach, stock standard kind of stuff. Okay, it will actually be the hover for the KJ, the Killjoy. I like that. Okay, Hariri has done this before. On the Chamber, on Lotus, and it was absolutely nasty.
Yeah, and all spooky voices aside, I am liking what I'm seeing right now. At least coming from the side of BCU, because again, I am a huge fan of Viper. As someone who does enjoy traps, the poison traps are great. We do love them. And then a Konichi on the Viper. Again, the double smoke on Lotus. I am digging it. I'm all for it. I can't wait to see it. But with that being said, I mean, the Hariri on the Chamber, that's going to be nutty because, again, we've already seen Hariri go, shot for shot, snipe for snipe with KJ. And now they're on an actual sniper character.
Yep.
So, again, this should be interesting. Honestly, as long as you bring a Breach and a Raze with you to Lotus, you should be just fine.
This is so much damage outright for BCU. I mean, the Raze will be matched, so it's, essentially a mirror aside from, 2 picks differential. Yeah, so the core 3 is still there. That Breach, that Raze, that Omen, but will be facilitated by 2 other supporting actors on each side. I am like BCU's composition a lot, though. Like, a lot. I'm excited to see how Hariri is going to bust some heads, pop some gourds, if you will, on this Chamber. But also, the flexibility of Simpson College's composition is nothing to scoff at. Remember, this is their map pick. This is what they practice. So, we're going to go into it here. It says do or die time to keep them in the upper bracket or if they're going to fall to the lower.
And again, everyone deserves a chance.
Oh, doggy spray. I love that spray. The little corgi spray.
I saw the good cat spray where he's like patting the cat, and I want that spray. That's the one that I want the most. But here we are, getting ready to go into the pistol rounds, and now you also got to keep in mind is that BCU have already proven themselves on one 3-sided map, and now we're headed to the other. Let's see if BCU will be able to play just as strong. As now you can already see that the utility is going to be dumped right on out over towards A main. They're trying to pin down that Omen, but they're not able to. Finally, Scribe does go down, but look at the spike. It's already on to B site, and now the spike will go down.
Yeah, the Scribe was playing strictly Keep away duty. Drawing as much fire as he could for as long as he could, but unfortunately Simpson College fallen by the wayside as Briarcliff is caught up to them. They're going to take out everyone they can. Kenichi, he wants to pad his KDA early. Gets 3 nice scalps for his collection. Flawless round to start for Briarcliff on Simpson's pick.
Yeah, and you see, that's the thing, though. And honestly, I got to give it up to Simpson College because they actually played that round really well. Because if you are going to go for the B site, you really want to start out on the pistol round. Like, there's no better time to go for B than on pistols. But unfortunately, you know, BCU, they were just able to click a little bit more heads there. Their shots were just landing. And, you know, that's kind of the double-edged sword when you plant on B, is that it's where you go to get an easy spike plant. But in my opinion, you know, me and Tucker had a little bit of a disagreement yesterday. I think that B on Lotus is one of the easiest retakes in the game. I think it's even easier than Haven because Haven, you have 3 avenues of entry, and on B, there are 4 avenues of entry.
Well, I mean, yeah, but
it's switch over to me, mask off. I didn't get no warning, no audio cue. Now you done caught me out of pocket. Now I'm just bald again. This isn't scary unless you're an aging man or you know whomever and you have a receding hairline. Then it's horrific. Can't believe you just caught me out of pocket like that. No mask or anything. See that's what happens when you peek behind the curtain. Now the illusion's broken. Yeah, no, for real though. But now the illusion's broken.
Man. Man.
I would like to publicly apologize.
Looks like
All right,
going back to
here
your
we
favorite
are.
site now. Back to B site, Cap.
It's not my favorite site. My favorite site is the C site. I'm just saying B is a good site if you're just trying to get a quick plant off.
Wow. Freight is lucky that was not an operator because wow. My man is limping through. Still manages to get 1, and Milk is good for 2. What? It looked like it was going so well for Simpson right there. Unfortunately, Milk is just really, really good with the Spectre.
I was about to say, did it? It didn't look too good to me. I mean, it's a flawless victory going the way of BCU. They came in with some authority. I mean, don't get me wrong. It was looking a little bit good for Simpson for a moment there because they were starting to be a little aggressive. But then as soon as they peeked their head out, they got pushed right back in. Like, again, you know, they got punished for that little bit of aggression that they had. And unfortunately, you know, it's the power of the purse. What are you going to do?
Yep. I mean, you can't even say the power of the purse. That was a limited buy, bro. They were Dollar General shopping and still made it work.
It's a Bulldog and a Spectre versus a couple of classics. Come on now. That is definitely a better buy, no matter which way you shake it. Now, here we go. Take a look at this. This is what I've come to see. Raze, boom packing, and boost packing their way in with the judge. That is going to open up some spaces.
Oh, absolutely. Okay. Come through. Freight once again. Holding the corners the best they can. Dodge out of 1 flash. Ooh, Cider's coming right towards him. Will fall, but Bonsai in the back pocket says, no, not a repeat of last round. We're taking some with us. Managing to drop it down to 2v3 now is Riri. Rifles in hands. Falls to the combination of Anomaly. Let's see what they get. Kenichi. Whoa! That's a Scooby-Doo moment if I have seen one. Hobson sees the head, backs right out. He has a plan. Got to have a plan.
I just don't know what the plan is right now. They throw out the poison orb. There it goes. And not sure what the plan of attack is here. I mean, they're going to drop low and then instantly get murked. No, they're going to back up again. I think they're just kind of toying with Simpson College. Meanwhile, I'm expecting a mean flank. Nope, not gonna happen. Bonsai is like, no need for a flank. We're gonna take you right front in personal there, right into the face of Briarcliff. As now Simpson College, they do answer back, but we are getting ready to head into our first rifle round. Briarcliff are not gonna be able to bring some rifles of their own here.
Yep. Gonna bring some more. I mean, that was a good, finally, Simpson, getting on the board here. Being able to once again stop the little bit of hubris that Briarcliff is playing with. Same Anomaly, same. I need my coffee. Push through though, looking to tie it up. Split between A and C. It's Milk. Okay, yeah. Milk and Ciders or Milk and Freight rather, always sticking towards that A site, holding it down to make sure things don't go too awry. We'll trade 1 for 1. Now the play has significantly slowed, almost to a screeching halt for Briarcliff, as they're looking for what Simpson College could do next. Simpson College kind of scratching heads here, as they will be able to sneak through door. No, Blight calls this. Can they win a gunfight? Okay, they do. Scribe somehow stays alive. He's been doing that a lot this game.
And you know what? BCU deserved all of this because, again, they're pushing up on the defense. They're pushing way up. And they got caught out of pocket not once but twice. And, you know, they got punished for it. So they deserve that. There was no reason they should have been that pushed up either on B, which they went through rotating door, or they shouldn't have been that pushed up on C. I mean, they're kind of playing with their food a little bit here. And Simpson College, no matter what you think about them, dude, they're not going to let you get away with that. I mean, if you give them open opportunities, they are going to take them.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is a prime opportunity for them to tie it up. Scribe is literally a whistle, a wind blow away from dying. Yeah. And he's actually staying alive right now. And Bonsai to get this against Tony, and they will. Okay, slowing it down and dragging it out. Simpson College, tie it up. Looking to push a little bit further.
Yeah, and that's the rifle round that BCU lost. So now, I mean, they should be somewhat in a worse for wear in terms of economy. And again, they gave away 2 frags, at least, bare minimum, last round. But, Simpson College, they're looking really, really strong here. Again, they're playing very patient. They are playing controlled. They are executing, and they're playing, I don't want to say cautiously, but they're not giving anything away for free. They are definitely within control, at least of that last round, and it looks like they're going to be in control in this round too.
Yep, looking to be the same. Hariri on this chamber has me a little head scratchy. It's still early, but he just has not really been, getting anything going, as Kenichi playing Gatekeeper gets 1, 2. Gonna pick himself up a nice shiny Vandals in prime position to go for 3 and 4. Gets the 3rd, drops on the 4th. Can they clean it up though? Scribe staying alive once again, even if only for a moment longer. Manages to take it down. Puts Blight in a better position. 2v1. He has to watch for the swing. And Hariri, he heard me talking smack and says, "Baby, I got you. Don't worry." Closing it out, putting Briarcliff back ahead.
How is that not a thrifty round? Did they have a hero buy somewhere that I didn't see? Because I saw a lot of sheriffs, saw maybe a couple classics. Where was the hero buy? That should have been a thrifty round. I mean, the only time, even on A site by tree, when we saw the Viper just going absolutely nuttery buttery, clicking heads with the sheriff, that was with the sheriff, and then they picked up the Vandal. They did not buy that Vandal, So I'm wondering how is that not a thrifty?
I do not know. You'll have to pick that up with Anna. As we are going into this one, and look, we're back on B side, your favorite.
It's not my favorite. C. C is my favorite. B is just, it's like fast food. I mean, it's not the greatest, but it's quick, it's convenient, and it gets the job done.
Well, it looks like everybody will be divorced from the idea, deciding to leave the B site.
Because, like fast food, it's not good for you.
I don't care if it's not good for me, Cap. I can't stay away.
I mean, go ahead. Peek into B. You literally have 3 different lanes that they can just zero in on you. And take a look at this. It's just going to be Milk playing a little bit of peekaboo. And not only that, but now they got the intel. They know that the spike is going to be over towards B. Finally, they do hear the audio cue of the plant going off, so you are going to see the rotation coming in. Milk able to play the angles to find one. And now look at the swing. Bonsai, thanks to the kill feed, able to find one. And now out goes the showstopper. They connect with Bonsai. And just like that, it is done and dusted. I'm telling you, that's the thing about B-site. It's a quick, easy plant, but it's also just as easy to retake. Again, it's a double-edged sword. So unless you're fragging, and honestly, I feel like B-site is best when you try A or C and it doesn't work out. So then you rotate. B is like, that last second decision. You don't start off on B, but you end up there.
I suppose so. I think it could do with a little dressing, maybe, give it like a disco ball in there. Maybe that would make it more enticing. Yeah, I think a disco ball would be pretty nice.
You know what else is pretty nice? Hariri with the operator on a chamber. Keep in mind,
got rifles on rifles.
Yeah, keep in mind that Hariri was playing with a KJ with the op. Now they actually have a sniper character, and not only that, but again, we're seeing Siders just open the way here with the showstopper, being able to find one.
You should run.
And here comes the push.
This is the push. Okay, Simpson College are gonna drop that lockdown, see what they can get done. Whole lot. Apparently, Anomaly stings like a bee, making it work. Gonna have the safety to plant.
Spike planted.
Tony and Hariri not even at the site. Now, how does this retake happen? What is the player? Sliders! Sneaky little rabbit gets one. On the run from the other. Tony holding that angle. Just needs to clip one. Potentially getting another back. It's been a minute since Simpson College got that round win. Close to it. Very close to it. Oh my god.
Shadows traveling.
This is so scary.
Yeah, I guess it depends.
Time to defuse?
No. There's the Thrifty round. Okay. All right, so Thrifty only counts when it's Simpson College. Got it. But it's so funny because, you were asking, how do you retake C? And I'm thinking to myself, that's the neat part. You don't. That's why I love C. C, again, in my opinion, me and Tucker disagreed yesterday, but if I'm capping, say captain's capping. I think the retake on C is the hardest retake in Valorant. Once you get that spike planted on C on Lotus, it is literally one of the hardest retakes, if not the hardest retake.
I don't know.
So
B site on Icebox, I'd like to have a word with you. That's just chaos incarnate.
Really? You're talking about yellow?
Yes.
No.
Yes, bro. You're out in the open. You are You're not doing much of nothing unless you're good.
Nah, man, dude. You can just run through Snowman. You can run by rope. So many different avenues. Immediately. No.
You come out that net top box, you're done.
Mound is meta, bro. Mound is meta here on Lotus. I'm telling you. Anyway, back to this 3v3 here in round number 8. And take a look at this. Simpson College actually have a pretty big advantage. They got 2 ults, one of those being the Rolling Thunder. And that can honestly just win you the game in the post plant. But with that being said, their Omen, again, just one shot here. They could catch a cold, and that would be the end of Omen. As the smoke does come out, look at this swing from Tony. Tony gets called out on the flank, and this is how
HP.
This is how BCU has been, kind of giving rounds away, is because they're playing defense, but yet they're playing too aggressive on defense. But also at the same time, keep in mind that Lotus is an attacker-sided map. So again, the fact that BCU is still winning is still a fantastic start for them in the first half.
Standing.
Oh wow, okay. Riri? Not the hardest task, honestly. If you breathe on Anomaly, they'll literally fall to pieces. So they're in a good spot. Switches to the Vandal. Nice. Very nice job. Spots the grenade. Bit of a spray, not the best. Not a lot of time to work with. Has to make it work, he does. Gets one. Does he go hunting for Anomaly? Can they draw enough time?
Mound is meta, my friend.
I think he's gonna go for it. Yeah, Anomaly doesn't have the confidence to try a challenge for this. You have 1 HP. You have to get a 1-tap in the head, and he actually does it. Oh my god. Anomaly living up to their name.
Bro, I'm sorry. That's some MIM for you. Mound is meta. There's no way around it. And then again, KJ right there, they played it perfectly. They had 1 HP. But you know what they had? They had the mound buff, all right? They had the high ground, all right? And then they played it perfectly. They played the clock. And then they backed off too. Whenever they saw Chamber push up and get rid of the breach, who had full HP, need I mind you. They backed off. They waited for the audio cue, and then they came back to Mound. So a character that had full HP, who didn't play Mound, got dealt with. A character with 1 HP that played Mound, they got the dub. Trust.
Just absolutely insane. Absolutely insane gameplay. Like, okay, let's see if they can make it work again. So far, neither team has encountered each other. I think, yeah, they're going to go ahead and get this fight started. Potentially, no. Anomaly actually going to go ahead and drop their ultimate again. Ooh, there's a Rolling Thunder, though. Let's see how hard they can hold on to this as multiple members were tapped and Anomaly stay alive. Gets one down. Now it is an all cleaned up Simpson pushing themselves ahead.
Again, right now, Briarcliff, they're playing Lotus as if we were on Haven, and they're calling a timeout. And again, very good opportunity to call that timeout, because now it's time once again for the Captain and Crow show. And in the meantime, I do just want to make this quick point before we get into the actual good stuff, into the actual show. Again, Briarcliff, they're playing on Lotus like they were on Haven. Haven on the defense is retake city. You play retake when you're on Haven. That's how you approach the defense. That is not the case here on Lotus, especially on C. You have to hard stick C. You have to get your utility on C. Stick Breach over there. Stick Omen over there. And then maybe you can send Viper as the, I think Viper would be good from B to A, because honestly, you can wall off the entry to B and then also wall off door to A, the rotating door, with Viper's wall. So again, stick Viper B, have them rotate to A, and then, you know, you got a pretty good lockdown. But on C, you do not play retake. I've already said it. How do you play retake on C? On Lotus, it's the neat part, you don't. So, again, Briarcliff, they're still doing a phenomenal job just because this is an attacker-sided map, and they got 4 wins on the defense. Every win on the defense for BCU is a big win, so...
Well, yeah, I mean, I just feel like, so retake for Briarcliff is difficult, but it's really not impossible. Even on C site, it's just, you know, using their utility correctly and establishing, you know, some sense of order. Like, a lot of their fights that they've been winning have been out in the open, you know, over towards A, in the little catacombs of B, but like at C site, it's like they literally go into it brain off. And I have to come back to Hariri because I love the player, I really do. But they just have not really been a factor in this game, as they will be discovered. Flash out. Still has the tour de force. So massive amounts of firepower, but needs to become that clutch player again, because it's really just been all about freight and all about milk for Briarcliff, doing as much as they can to get these rounds. Like the call is being made to go towards A. Simpson feeling like it's a better answer, but Freight and Milk are still here.
Yeah, now take a look. They're going to be going for A here, but look, you see where that Viper wall is? Again, they have tree walled off. That is a great Viper wall, and that's exactly what I was talking about earlier. That's where you want to have your Viper. At least that's where you want to have your Viper utility. Look at the blind fire through the wall. You just keep them guessing. And out goes the snake bites. You're going to stall as much time as possible. There's only 30 seconds left on the clock, and this is going to be a firing squad once they finally break out a tree.
Oh my God.
Fantastic Viper play on A. That's how it's done. That's how you play defense on Lotus. Perfect execution coming from BCU.
Yeah. And like I said, I alluded to it before the round started. Milk and Freight holding down this A site. That's where a lot of their power has been in this map. And for Simpson College to, you know, try to go for the A take again, you know, not attempt to go B or C, full send it onto A, came back to bite them. Briarcliff tying it up. Cannot be understated how dangerous they can be once their plans like actually go as planned. So here we are again. Okay, Siders has done his homework. Takes out Freight, but he knows Milk is there. Sees the barrel of his gun.
There.
It's actually going to cause him to run away. Look at this deep flank, though. Look at this deep flank coming in from Hariri.
Yeah. I don't think they should be, because again, you know, this is a character that loves to snipe, and if I'm not mistaken, they probably have an op again. So again, that deep flank going to be very dangerous, because look at what they're waiting for here. You literally have the entire team. Lucky for them, they have a Vandal this time. They're able to find one. But they can't find the others. And again, not bad. I mean, it's a trade. So I mean, it's 1 for 1. It's fair.
Very, very much a fair trade. But yeah, like we had said, a flanking chamber. Not my most opportune play, but hey, it worked to, you know, stall for time a little bit. But how does Briarcliff respond to this, right? Simpson they have not made a definitive answer themselves. They keep bouncing back in spawn. 30 seconds left. They got to make a decision to plant, and it does look like A is going to be it. Tony! Ooh, wow. He's barely in time, gets there, but he doesn't get a kill. No frags to be found. Simpson College causing Briarcliff to fall apart. Bonsai making sure the door is clear. Just barely 10 seconds. We'll get the spike down.
Milk able to get one for the road, but that'll just about do it. Simpson College able to at least end the half at a 6-6 at the bare minimum. Now, let's see if BCU can equalize and send us into the second half at a 6-6 split. But one thing I have to note, again, we saw Haribi on the flank, and a flanking chamber isn't necessarily a bad thing. But what do we know chamber for? Having an exit strategy. If you're going to go for that flank, you know you have to set up the rendezvous. So I'm curious as to why they went for the flank and did not have rendezvous at the ready. That should have been your main focus. Your main priority is having that exit strategy. So again, I think Hariri, again, look how they're setting up. This time they have the rendezvous at play. They're sticking C. This is how you want to go about the approach. Able to land one, and then boom, you rendezvous out of dodge. There we go, Hariri. That's the Hariri I know and love.
Okay, getting one, and immediately Briarcliff say, you want to get on C-site, baby? No, sirree. Bob. Gonna drop that Viper's Pit. Force Simpson College to rotate somewhere else. They can get caught in the net here. They can get caught in a trap. Potentially here. Right. They will have to leave Kenichi on C-site for him to have that active as long as possible. But what is the call? What is the play?
Well, the trap set at B. That's the trap. They throw down the Viper's Pit on C. That isn't the trap. That's to force them into the snare on B. Because look at the coverage. They have 3 angles covered on B site. And now here comes the push as the lockdown goes out. And Milk already able to find one thanks to the kill feed onto Scribe. And this is just literally a perfect trap. Like you had mentioned earlier, you love it when a plan comes together. Well, this was the plan coming from BCU.
Okay, yeah, it does look like they are going to be onto the B side. Looks like they've fallen for the trap. It's Kenichi just barely missing. Anomaly does take down Freight. Ooh, in the back corner though. Body dropping left and right. Hariri. Force. Stay in this corner here. It's all on Bonsai. 1v3 somehow manages to live for a hot second. Can he do it though? No time to plant. It's fight or die in this situation. Unfortunately, Milk made that choice for him.
Yeah, that they did. That was so cheeky, too. Like, they were literally right outside the smoke. But just like that, we're going into the second half at a 6-6 split. And again, Captain may be capping, but I do feel as though that this is an offensive-sided map, and I think BCU is about to pop off. I mean, first of all, they are a very aggressive team. They were aggressive on the defense. Now they actually get to play on the aggressive side of the spike. And BCU are just gunny. They go for challenges they even shouldn't. As a matter of fact, just A main alone on Lotus is the ego chow. If you go for literally just A main, and when I'm saying A main, I'm talking about the attacker spawn. You know how, you know, you line up on that wall right there. We always see somebody push. They always go for the challenge. That's where you're going to see a lot of that gun game go down. So let's see how the attack will come from BCU as now we get round 13 underway.
Yep, round number 13. One of the teams looking to break this tie.
Toxins going up.
It's a little bit of a tense moment here.
Toxin screen down.
Is it A? Is it C? Is it B? Decisions to be made here, Cap, and this is really good. It shows that Briarcliff are taking Simpson 100% seriously now. And Simpson College does not like to make mistakes. You know, 6th seed coming into this, trying to show that they are worthy of being in that top part of playoffs. Briarcliff, the 3rd seed, being a bit more challenged by their lessers, so to speak. They lose 2 in the ensuing conflict. Really keep these out of safety, just barely.
30 seconds
Simpson
left.
cleaning them up.
Yeah, they lost their rendezvous, so again, but at least We saw Hariri avoid the initial danger. They were able to bait out the flash as well. So again, they're baiting out that utility, and you can see like there's several agents on the side of Briarcliff, or well, on the side of Simpson College, who are hurt. But at least they've been able to stick the frags, and now Hariri able to stick 2. Look at the fight in the third. All it needs is 1 shot, and now it's a 1v1. But they don't have the rendezvous in hand. The rendezvous was destroyed, so they can't do chamber things. Oh no, if they had just had a little bit of more health, because you saw Hariri click that head. That was a headshot for sure, but only 20 health remaining on Blight. If we saw Hariri with a little bit more health, they win those. But again, a fantastic round coming from Simpson College. They hold strong in the pistol round again.
Okay. Simpson College just barely winning on that last round. Very chaotic, very hectic. All parties involved. Looking to clean that up just a little bit. Go back to the drawing board, you know, see what's working. Briarcliff, they're almost there, solving the Rubik's Cube that is the Simpsons College lineup. Showing that they can take it to them on their map pick. But Simpson really are trying their damnedest to get us to a map number 3.
Well, let's see if they can make it happen, as one push does go through, and Freight will pay the price, as that challenge did not bode well for them, as the spike does go down, and I don't blame Briarcliff for going with this approach here. Again, they're just going for the quick plant, just so that way they can cause a little bit of a chaos, and also they get spike money as well. And Scribe now with a humongous flank, able to find 2. And this is pretty much what we expect here. I mean, this is the buy round for Simpson College, and unfortunately it was the eco round for Briarcliff. So again, 2 going in the favor of Simpson College here in the second half, and now we're going into what is the buy round for BCU.
Yep, Briarcliff with some money in their pockets. Gonna get some big blinged out rifles. See what they can make happen here. Falling down now. Simpson up to 8. Hey, I mean, look. Maybe they're just good at 3 maps. I mean, it didn't really go so well the last game, but seemed to be pretty comfortable on this big Lotus.
Well, here we go. It's going to be a C push again, and at least they're able to get rid of the doggo. And now they are going to be going for the full push here. As you can see, the Nanoswarm does go out. Blight on the side with the Sheriff. Look, they're eating so much damage from that Nanoswarm. And again, that's why it's such a cheeky spot. You place it right there into the corner, and it's elevated, so they can't shoot the Nanoswarm, but they will still eat all the damage from it. And now down goes the spike in a 5v4. And here we are in the post plant.
Okay. Looking at this hard angle here. Over by the halls. Cyrus is such a wonderful corner. Just if anybody steps in, he knows he can pop a few. Hey, Chelsea still staying alive, just hopping and jumping over. Somehow, some way, barely living, but Tony has to take a fall. Oh, wow. Falls right into the crosshairs of Freight. Now, Bonsai looking to try and make it happen, but no. Briarcliff striking back. Fierce.
I gotta say, Konichi on the Viper, they did wonderful on site, and they were able to clean up. But I wonder, where was the breach in that scenario? I wonder what failsafe BCU may have had in case Konichi was eliminated on site. I wonder. But I gotta say, the C site has yet to be retaken, at least in this map. In this game, C-Side is yet to be retaken, and now the Tour de Force has been called out on A main. And remember, this is the ego challenge. This is where you go to try and get your gun game up, and nobody, and I mean nobody, is going to want to peek the Tour de Force on A.
Oh, absolutely not. I mean, unless they literally have a death wish. Freight. No, never want to play scared. Trying to jump on a Bonsai, and yeah, they will grab that one. Oh, you're right, Hariri with that Tour de Force. All the rock in this game. Oh, that was a solid 2 seconds of visualization and no frag coming from that. That's kind of what I've been talking about, the story of Hariri this game. Plant has been finalized onto A. All hands on deck. All remaining hands. That is this. Whoa! I thought that was a headshot. What? Oh no! Freight doesn't secure the kill. Hariri backs up into the smoke, gets one, has to go for another one. So lost a few more bullets to that toward a force, and Oui Monsieur goes good for Doom.
One enemy remaining.
Looks for behind Kenichi, the deep flank. Now it is a 1v2 anomaly. It's done some crazy things before. Not gonna make it happen this time. Briarcliff bringing it back to tied once again in map number 2.
You know what else was scary about that is that Hariri also had a Vandal in hand. It wasn't just a tour de force. They went in with a Vandal. So
they picked up the Vandal.
They picked it up. Okay. Yeah. All right, bet. I was about to say, because that's a little risky. That's a risky purchase, but still, I mean, they were able to come out with the Vandal. So again, good on them. But Hariri with that tour de force, even at close range, was still popping shots. So again, fantastic offense coming from BCU. And that time it was on the A side. We have seen little to no A side pushes, and anytime that we did, it was always halted at tree. And now Siders able to get a cheeky pick there with the Bucky going a little nutty. That was a great first trade for Simpson College.
Absolutely wonderful. Very necessary trade too. Because Hariri just, dude, a little poke shot saying, I dare you. Step up in it. But guess who is there? It's the Brim Reaper, buddy. Scribe gonna get one. Milk, however, immediately packs up his lunch. Anomaly.
Calling my bot.
Scary position. This is a very scary predicament for Simpson College. I think they're all on pistols, save for one. I know, yeah, Bonsai and Anomaly both with Ghost. Okay, it is an entire pistol round here. Right? Yeah, you're gonna get knocked back a few. Got it to half at least, I believe. Oh, gets one, flashes right in the face, but no! Tony and Hariri absolutely not gonna let Simpson get back into that. Valiant effort, absolutely. Briarcliff now forge ahead in this forever tennis game of map number 2.
Oh yeah, they were able to take that lead right on back, and that's the power of the rifle round for sure. Now we're getting ready to head into round 18. And now Simpson College have got to try and equalize here. This is their rifle round as well. They're able to buy up, so it should be a little bit more difficult for Briarcliff to try and get the spike down. But look at this. They're already plotting on the B site. The showstopper goes out, and they did have a read, but they didn't pull the trigger as finally the showstopper goes out and Scribe goes down. But now another showstopper comes out, but it doesn't get launched. Freight able to put an end to the showstopper before it even went out, and now the spike is ticking away on B.
Placing swarm grenade.
Oh my goodness, Freight is just so cheeky with these, he's sitting under something and looking up, like, Anomaly wants to try to get that defuse so bad, but this 3v5 is so scary for Simpson. Kenichi once again, sneaky snake bite, gets 2 deep flanks and a flawless for Briarcliff, putting them at 10. The freight train has left the station, and Briarcliff, they punch and they tickets to the next round. They keep this up.
Yep, that they are. They're playing phenomenally right now. And again, what we talked about with B site is that it is a high risk, high reward play. But the thing is if you are going to go on B, you have got to get a pick. You have to secure a pick, which is why we saw the showstopper come out immediately, because you have to find at least one. And you know there's going to be at least one player lurking the angles. And then they were able to get the read onto the Omen that was operating in heaven. And then they took them out. They played perfectly. If you're going to take B, you got to have a guaranteed pick. Otherwise, the retake is just too much. So again, BCU, they played that one perfectly. They went all gas, no brakes, and they went all speed on B. And that's really that's the only way you could play B side.
Well, okay. I really hope this call timeout from Siders, resets the move for Simpson, because they've been doing so well on this pick of theirs, so well on this Lotus map, and it's just kind of unraveling here towards the end off of, a few little just off calls, the timing has not been the best. With Briarcliff, they've definitely stepped up.
Oh, they 100% have. And, you know, it's because BCU, they know this map too. You got to keep in mind, before we were here on Lotus, they were on Haven, another 3-sided map, and they clearly knew how to play that one. I think the 3-sided maps, BCU has just done their fair amount of homework on it. And now look at this. They're going to be going for a B push again, and they're dropping the Viper's Pit. To me, that's interesting because this is an eco round for Simpson College, so they already have a pretty good advantage. So I'm curious why they're so quick to drop that Viper's Pit. But you know what? Maybe it's a good thing they did, because Simpson College, they're coming in pretty strong on the post plan.
Yeah, they are. They are indeed. B site, such a scramble, such a fight. 3v3 Siders catches Tony out of the fog, out of the muck. But what can he get going? Blight goes big! Allows Siders to clean it up with a 3. That timeout looks like it's working pretty well. Gets another round in the board of Simpson College. They're looking to tie it up.
Again, B is that high risk, high reward. Yeah, you can go ahead and you get the plant down quick, but the retake comes in just as quick. And once you put the Viper's Pit on B, which is why I think it's so odd, is that you have to stay in the Viper's Pit afterward. There's nowhere to go. We even saw that Scribe tried to make it out. Well, I'm sorry, Tony tried to make it out, and then they got gunned down. Once you're in the Viper's Pit, there's no coming out on B, because they will see you. So again, you know, it's really odd that they put the Viper's Pit on the center of B. If you're going to put it on B, you have to put it at one of the doorways so you have an exit plan.
Unfortunately, there wasn't no exit plan in sight for Briarcliff. Simpson College met him in the muck and said, "You know, we fighting today." It's Freight gonna swing on the Sliders. A site.
Spike planted.
Prime for taking. Spike down. Let's see how well BCU holds their ground. They're at 10. They need to push it just a few more. Simpson College. Wow, Blight. You know he's breathing hard and clinching onto that one.
Yeah, and you know, the retake on A, not as difficult as it is on C. You know, if we're going to go with retake difficulty, you know, B is easy, C is hard, and then A is just medium. You know, it's right there in the middle. And right now, the retake looking very strong. But hold the phone. Look at the rebuttal coming from Briarcliff. They're just getting trade after trade. Now Simpson College popping off, and they're able to put it into Hariri. But is there enough time? Oh, no! They got it to half, and they get the defuse. What a retake from Simpson College as they look to answer back. BCU now looking a little worse for wear. They do have enough to buy, but they cannot afford to give up another round like that.
They actually got the defuse. Wow. Okay. Simpson. Here we are again. Here we are again, Cap. I just swear we're watching a game of tennis. We at the open right now because they are swinging back and forth. Holy cow. This is what I wanted to see in the playoffs. This is some good Valorant we are seeing right now. All of this to see if we're getting a map 3 or if Briarcliff are moving up on the next round off of 2. Once again, back to A side. It's just a free plant. Nope. Not free, as Konichi will take taxes off of Blight. Very key member in these retake preventions going down here from Simpson.
Yeah, well, that limb happened on the flank. That happened in A spawn. I mean, look at Scribe. They're here at attacker spawn. So again, they weren't even on the A site. They were going for those cheeky flanks. But I mean, you're not going to outflank the flanker. Konichi, they're the sneaky ones. They are the silent assassin that we have seen all game long. So you're not going to pull a page out of their playbook and then use it against them. It just doesn't happen that way. And now the showstopper goes out. Siders, last player standing, 2v1 now. And they will be eliminated. BCU still will hold on to their lead as now they go up 11-10. It is coming down to the wire, and Simpson College still have just enough to buy.
Just enough to buy, just enough to stay alive for now. It really does depend on their strength, their mental at the moment, because they are just one round away from a doomsday scenario. Light Picking up the operator, goes to Mound, and he sees a few, like Legless, seeing them into the field. Has to immediately retreat.
Yeah, this is a must-win round for Simpson College because they did decide to buy up. If they were going to just come with like an even buy or even a broken buy, they could still play for next. But Simpson College are not playing for next. They're playing for right here, for right now. This is a must-win. As now the Rolling Thunder does go out. It's going to be a push coming from BCU. They're going to force their way onto site. And now Freight finds a two-piece, finds three! Unbelievable! Freight! Just on the head clicks. My goodness, that's a BCU dub. There's no coming back from that.
I'm actually just stunned in silence as Freight slamming the trains into the tracks, brings it into the station, says, boys, we gotta go. Looking for that last one, hunting his man down. Siders just trying to stay alive, keep that Vandal in their possession, reduce one more buy. He will actually take down Freight, but the rest of the team is hunting for him. He does have Showstopper, but he doesn't want to have to commit it. He gets two. Throws a grenade, man. It's like the last mission in Halo Reach. Fight to survive for as long as you can. But that is putting Briar Cliff on match point, on series point here, after amazing heavy lifting coming out from Freight.
Feels like a GG to me, to be honest. You know, I think, yeah, like I said, that last round was must win. Don't get me wrong, we've seen thrifty rounds happen, so it's winnable. Definitely winnable, but I mean, with the way that Briarcliff is playing right now, and now having the power of the purse on their side, and momentum, and match point, you know, I don't want to call it early, but I think BCU might be taking the dub here. Let's see how it goes. Once again, going to be going out towards C. Great Showstopper. Good trade. That's how you at least want to start things off, but now, once again, Freight coming away with a 3K. And now only one player remains. Scribe is the lone player here. They have to pull off a hero play, and luckily for them, at least they have their ult.
Yeah, I mean, that is true. I mean, it's the Omen ulti, but repositioning is very, very important. Might want to switch to a different gun, potentially. Oh, he did it. Okay, pulls it off.
That wasn't Scribe. That was the
other
Omen.
No, that was, okay. That was Tony. That was Big Tony. Okay. Well, Tony will go and get the plant down. Scribe, he has an inkling on where they might have gone. But Hariri watching this corner ever so fervently. Scribe got the wrong gun out. Walks right into the waiting arms of Hariri.
I mean, what were you going to do? Were you going to walk out with the judge?
I thought he picked up somebody else's gun. I'm not going to lie. He passed by a few bodies there. But
yeah, I was about to say, like, I don't know what you expected. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, they didn't really have a lot to work with. They walk out with the classic. Honestly, at that range, I feel like they would have a better chance with the classic than the judge. But regardless, that was a fantastic game, a fantastic series. BCU, I mean, they called their shot. I mean, you got to give it. They came out with, they made a whole video. You know, they made a whole video calling their shot. So honestly, if they didn't win, I would be insanely disappointed.
It'd be egg on their face. 100%. I agree. But yeah. Shout out to BCU. They made the video, they stayed true to it, and they're moving on to the next round. That will be Simpsons dropping down to the lower bracket, so they still have a chance in this. But it's going to be a bit of a fight in that lower bracket. When did you put it on? What?
Just now. I just now put it on.
I was like, I looked away for a minute to look at the bracket, and I'm just like, oh, okay. And yeah. There we are. But I don't believe we have an interview for post-game interview for this one. Oh, we actually do. I am a liar. So we're gonna send it to a break, and when we come back, we will have an interview with Kenichi from the Victorious BCU. So just stay tuned, okay? What's up, everybody? Welcome back to MEC. I'm Beautiful Crow, I'm Cap, and we have Kenichi from the victorious BCU squad today. First off, congratulations on the win and moving onward in playoffs in upper bracket. No lower bracket shenanigans here. First of all, how are y'all feeling after today's win? Because that second game got a little close.
Yeah, I mean, I'm feeling good about it still. We've never scrimmed Lotus. We haven't played it all split, neither in scrims or in. So kind of winging it as the IGL, kind of just calling my game and lurking everywhere. So we're kind of just brute forcing our way through it. And honestly, I think it went well. We could have done better, but I think we're going to scrim, up until this week, we're going to scrim some Lotus to make sure we're prepped in case they try to counter that next week.
Yeah, well, I got to tell you, Kenichi, you were definitely impressing me with the Viper play. Again, Viper is my favorite agent, so I love when they're used correctly. I love when they come through strong, especially on Lotus. But I got to tell you, you were like the sneaky assassin. Like, you were playing controller, but yet you were the flanker. I got to ask you, do you always play for flanks with Viper, or is it just on Lotus?
It really depends on because even when I played on Bind, if we choose to option that, it's definitely a lurk character for me. And I'm more adapted to the Senti role. It's really my main role, but I kind of flex for this team in general. And I think that the Viper is definitely good on lurks. And the reason especially it's good on lurks in here is because there's a lot of alarm bots and turrets that I can get around with my orb. And in general, Hariri is really strong if he's first contact into a site. And he also has the option to lurk. So having two players with Chamber and Viper being able to lurk really helps.
Yeah, well, again, your plays on the Viper were top notch, and of course, we got to see a lot of Hariri as well on the sniper, and that also begs the question here: when you were playing on Lotus and you were playing for C, what was the biggest difficulty whenever you saw it was the side of Simpson College that were kind of just really taking control of the C site? Like, how were you able to really just take it away from them?
So the biggest thing was that, especially on defense, I was calling pretty poorly, I would say. I was calling pretty poorly in the fact that I wasn't controlling C enough. And the same thing I saw, a good caller can read a lot of stuff. And I think the way I called it, I read that C is really vulnerable on their side, especially the way they're kind of over-rotating the sites. They like to pull their alarm bots back quickly, and that's the reason I was also allowed to get back flanks, was because I was allowed the space that they were giving me. So inherently, we were just kind of brute forcing our way on, because in the sense that we couldn't retake it, I had no clue how they were going to retake it with our comp, and it was the same way. We were just abusing the C site.
Literal abuse. Just... for a team that hasn't really practiced Lotus, you definitely had me fooled. But seriously, really great play. Map number 1 completely went y'all's way, and it was just like a routine day at work, and I really feel that we've all talked about it. The most played maps for the regular season were the ones we saw today, and what are just peeking into, the behind the scenes a little bit, what are some of the other maps that y'all have practiced, but y'all have not really been able to play on in this season so far? Because we've been going through the same rotation of maps, and you guys said it yourselves, just now playing on Lotus somehow, some way.
Yeah.
But your thoughts on some of the other maps?
Even on LAN, we didn't get to play Lotus, which was crazy because we played 9 or 10 games there. So looking into it, though, we played one bind maybe throughout the split, and we have a really good comp cooked up for bind. I know Cap got to cast that last time, but since then it really hasn't been played for us. We've been working on split ever since last week, and I think we have a really good split now. I think everything, we really have almost every map prepped and ready. We just haven't got to show a lot of the maps because we've been picking our comfort maps and been able to just win the last few weeks. I mean, the start of the split was kind of rough again, but after that, we've been playing comfort for the rest of the split, and we haven't really got to experiment, which is good because we have a lot of hidden things that we aren't showing for playoffs yet.
Ooh, love that indeed. Well, thank you so much for your time, and once again, congratulations on the win.
Thank you so much.
Have a wonderful rest of your time, and look, gear up. More games coming soon.
For sure. Thank you, guys.
Well, Cap, that was a wonderful way to start our day. Wonderful first match. How are you feeling about everything? Because honestly, I had a swell time. Swell time.
Well, I'm feeling amazing. Again, we got to start off with a really, really good game, and not, and you know, we got to see BCU. They came in, and then they talked a little bit of smack in the beginning. Don't get me wrong. You know, the video was great, the content was awesome, but at least they were able to back it up. You know, it's one thing to talk smack, it's another thing to talk smack, and then, you know, just get kind of steamrolled. But regardless, BCU, they came in, they flexed. They definitely flexed a little bit. They said they're going to be the team to beat going into this upper bracket, but you know, again, that remains to be seen. They managed to take down Simpson College, but they're going to have a lot more competition going their way. And with that being said, I think we have already set the stage pretty high for the next series that is going to be coming our way here at the MEC.
Absolutely, yes. So on the other side of another break, we will have match number 2 of the day for playoffs coming to you. You'll be joined by some new faces, so we must bid you adieu for now, but don't worry, we'll be back with more MEC action. Stay tuned.
Unified welcomes you to the following presentation of the Midwest Esports Conference. Here at the MEC, we partner with schools all over the Midwest to create premier gaming experiences.
The most common angles that the operator plays. This is like second to only B-Long. Fight is likely having a leg shot, but they're too slow! Hariri lands a perfect headshot.
Laying in the damage zone to the ball now. Going into A4, look at Socket. Laying in the middle.
Socket?
Laying in the damage. Going in revenge for their honey.
No way!
Way taller. Socket Wabe! Get the quadra kill!
That was
It kind of sounds fun, so I'll give it a chance. And then we end up playing in high school the next 2 years together. We've been playing ever since. So he kind of taught me the game. We've been playing on a team since then, and then now we're in college, so we can't play together anymore.
We do love all the players, even the ones we shit talk. We love you all. We love you all.
Body Pluto looking for the plank. Trickster waiting, maybe looking for the steal. Pluto has his engage. The scatter of the weak comes through. Watch Levi though. Levi hasn't been touched just yet, but the damage is coming through. The melt line gets melted. Jinkwall on a killing spree, and all of Ottawa goes down.
Why? Those don't go in. It goes off the sidebar.
Starting to come out. The flash is popped. The Rolling Thunder is utilized to perfection. And now it's all on Thiessen, but Thiessen just keeps on going.
This fall, we are proud to bring you Valorant and Super Smash Bros. Valorant will be 8 teams, single round robin with a double elimination playoff. Smash will be 6 teams, double round robin with a 4-team single elimination playoff. Welcome to the MEC. Enjoy the show.
And welcome back to the MEC. We got live coverage of our next match coming up in just a second or two. I'm Tucker Haynes, joined by Mechatronic. We just got done watching a pretty surprising showing by Simpson College, taking Briarcliff all the way to double digits in the second map. But now we have Clark University versus Cornell College.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes when we're watching Cornell, it really just feels like it's kind of the Banthanor show. But I'm excited to see if we can see Cornell put up a little bit of a fight here, hoping for something closer to the CSU Miami Ohio match than the other 2 matches that have gone on.
Yeah, the only map 3 that we've seen of the first round was Miami Ohio versus CSU, which was statistically an upset. I realistically think you could call it either way because both of these teams are just so powerful. Miami Ohio simply got the better of them that day. Cornell is in for a little bit of a harder treat. Of course, Clark is the second-rated team right behind of ONU, and we know how dominant ONU is. We know how dominant Clark has been throughout the season, but I think Cornell might just give it a fair crack. Of course, they got Banthanor. We like to talk about them all the time, but they have a couple of other hard hitters as well. We cannot say that it is simply the Banthanor show because without the rest of the team, Banthanor would simply just be a weird guy with an Odin, and he's a little bit more than that. I mean, you got Cable, Fett. We've seen so much come out. Lamp and Linfor have brought themselves up to be clutch legends. So I'm excited to see how this team fares against Clark University. Of course, one of the tried and true teams of the MEC.
That's the problem, is that Clark has this like heavy hitting lineup, right? Stroop has been incredible in the end of rounds. Zerona was really, really good this entire season. Ains Raze has just been insane. They've done things that I did not know you could do on Raze. And Scarecrow and Kang have just held it down in the rest of the round. So it's going to be a very, very uphill battle for Cornell here. But there are players on both sides that are able to get stuff done when they're kind of pushed towards it and getting into it. So you can hope a little bit. We got to see like points of the game, things that we need to see. Cornell needs to get on a run early, right? Their whole thing is they need to start with a snowball. They need to start getting 1-2 rounds, get the pistol, get the conversion, right? They need to start getting the rounds early because Clark has this great resiliency that we've seen. And if Clark gets going early, I don't think we're going to see Cornell come up and fix it.
Yeah, we need to see a snowball. Typically, we don't see too many snowballs just rolling uphill. It's typically downhill, but hopefully Cornell can make an exception this time around. Taking a look at the map pick bands, Bind, Ascent, and Split, which is one of the only times that we have not seen Haven throughout the season. Haven absolutely shoved off to the side. We get a bind and split, which are two maps that we don't see as much as I think we should.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy to see less Haven. We've seen a lot of Haven this season. We haven't seen that much Bind, though, so I'm really excited for Bind. Ascent seems to be a neutral ground for basically every team. It looks like everyone's kind of willing to play Ascent. Pretty sure it's the only map that never got removed from the pool since the beginning of Valorant. It's just still been sitting there. Great map. And then we get to go to Split at the end, where that seems to be just generally Clark's stomping ground. They've done a lot of really, really cool things on Split. So very scared for Cornell if we get to map 3, but they got to get there first. Apparently Haven has never been removed from the pool either.
Yeah, I know that Lotus also has not since it got added, but that's like saying Sunset has been removed.
Like
it just got added. I don't think Breeze ever got removed. I think it's just been kind of reworked and taken out temporarily, but I don't think they've ever made a change to the map pool just to take it out and switch it up a little bit. So I think Bind, Lotus, and Haven.
Okay, we are getting word from production that Breeze, in fact, was not allowed for a bit.
Never mind, I'm wrong.
It's okay. That's fine. Okay, but regardless, we have 2 maps here, which are like all 3 of these maps were release day maps, right? Split was the last map that came out on release, with Bind, Ascent, and Haven. So I'm super excited to see them.
Yeah,
this is gonna be a fun match.
I feel like Banthanor might get a little bit cheeky on Bind, trying to find some interesting ways to play with that Odin, because it's pretty much tried and true. Banthanore's not going to buy anything with the Odin. But the thing about Bind is that there's not really much you can do with it. It's one of those maps that there's a couple of wall bangable spots, but you're going to have a tough time finding them.
I think you could have stopped in your sentence with Banthanor can get creative with the Odin. I think that could have just been the sentence.
You know, that's true.
It is map agnostic. We've seen it on Haven, which is a map that I didn't think it was viable on. I'm not convinced it is, but we've seen it there. This is the first time I haven't seen Banthanor play Viper this entire season.
I've seen them kind of shift between the Viper and the Brimstone a little bit. Notice that we have double controllers on both of the teams. Viper and Astra for Clark University, and it's Brimmy and Viper for Cornell's side. The chamber is matched, the raise is matched, and the sky is matched. So it's completely the same except for the Astra and Brimmy, which I feel like I say this every time I bring it up, how one controller is better than the other. I feel like Astra is just a little bit better than Brimmy. I know that there is the orbital strike and the molly, but I mean, Viper has a molly. Viper has a Viper's Pit, which is one of the most controlling ultimates in the game. Or Astra has the Cosmic Divide, which is the same, pretty similar. It's very controlling. You can just block off a very big line of sight. So I think Astra's going to be a little bit better, but on Bind, I think Brimstone's not a terrible pick. Astra just has a little bit of an edge.
Yeah, the thing is both teams have this Viper, which gives them the huge wall, right? And that's a huge help on taking sites, and especially as we see right here, the defense, because you can chuck the wall through the teleporter. I do agree with you, though. I think Astra is just generally a little bit more versatile on how you want to play. She acts more to me like a initiator and a controller combo, because of the suck, because of the concuss. Right, you can do a lot more initiation stuff with that. As we see Clark University trying to hit the B site and then running away.
Well, not surprised if Cornell's able to get off to a pretty hot start. Look at how far Ain is, but Banthanor catches wind. They know that the push is coming. Banthanor cannot land the classic shot. Scarecrow simply a little bit better. Drona takes down Linfor as well. Great start for Clark University as the duelist goes down.
That's so unfortunate. Sky used all the healing right there on Zerona, and then
just to die,
and then just instantly gets one tapped.
One enemy remaining.
One more frag for Zerona. K-Bull will be the last to fall, and there it is. Clark University takes the pistol round, only dropping one player, that player being the Chamber. So it could have gotten better, but I mean, you can't nitpick. Good round from CU.
You really can't. I I do love the fact that we're seeing Clark start with something that we've seen them do a million times, right? Which is the site take, where they don't really lose anyone, but they play just kind of passive on the site and wait for the other members to come to them. We've seen it throughout this entire season, and we continue to see it now. And it's one of the things that made them so strong throughout the entire regular season, is that we got to see Clark just kind of work their way into stuff. That it wasn't this like overwhelming show of force, it was just good fundamentals.
Very sneaky, weaselly team, especially on attack. Their defense has been shown to be a little bit more traditional, but, I mean, hey, you can never beat the basics if you know how to do them. Double blast pack play on to the B site. Girona has complete control. Soup will get this plant down as Cornell is able to trade out a 1-for-1, but Ain is immediately able to strike Banthanor down. No more smokes for Cornell, which is detrimental.
Yeah, Cable's left in the site, and it's just Fett goes down really quickly. Lend is down, and Cable's the last one. It doesn't look like they're not ready yet, right? And that it's okay. It's the second round. You don't really have guns. That's all fine. This is where we start to expect and hope that Cornell can make a little bit of a difference in the rounds. They've got rifles up. They've got the Banthanor Odin out. There's a lot of ability that they have now with higher firepower than Clark to maybe hold a site, even if you can't win this round, make it real close, right? You won around 4 up for Clark and then 3 up for Clark. You need to start on thinking about the economy, even though it's only round 3.
Shots from Ain, not quite able to connect. They do a little bit more damage than their counterpart was able to. In comes the Odin. Banthanor should have expected it this early on. Soup jumps up on top of the box and takes down the Odin. That gets rid of a lot of suppressive fire. Len 4 counter strafes into the frag onto Soup, weakening the push of Clark University, halving their smokes, leaving it all up to the Viper for site denial. Oh, Ain pushes up. Fett gets swung on. Ain somehow comes out with that frag.
Ain is so good at that. He's so good at just raw aiming, raw peeking a corner, and just making sure that he always has an advantage. You saw how he sectioned everything off, how he just made sure that he was only taking that hallway one like 10 pixel unit at a time. As we see Len 4 peeking out, can't grab anything, goes down to 11 HP.
Spike down A.
Ain peeks out, sees Viper, cannot land the shot. Len 4 is really low. This might be a 2 versus 3. But when one of the players only has a tiny little sliver, then it might as well be a 3 versus 3 or a 2 versus 2, I should say. 1-for-1 as Ain forced into a 1 versus 2, able to find the first, but they still need to land the shot onto Cable. They know where they are. The flash comes out, but it gets shot down immediately. Shot is found, but it's on the arm, and Cable actually somehow not taking a single point of damage. They clutch this round out.
Yeah, so even though Ain lost that, I want to bring it up again. We saw it earlier in the round where Ain was able to segment off Showers as he like cleared that corner, how he just did it like 10 pixel groupings. He did the same thing there to Cable, but Cable was ready for it and did this great play where he flashed out and he knew that Ain was going to look away or Ain was going to shoot the bird, and he transitioned to the other side. Right, so Ain is doing this segmented clear, which is great if you know where the person is, right? They're segmenting this clear over toward the side. But when the sky comes from the other angle, there's nothing you can do, right? You're not prepared for that. So it's a really good play by Cable to mess Ain up a little bit.
Very hard buy for Cornell Esports. They, of course, lost, or they won the bonus round, but they might as well have lost it. They lost 4 of their players, only able to keep 1 gun over. So if you noticed, a lot of these players are stuck with pistols. Clark University can't say the same about it. I mean, look at Drota. They have a Vandal, 150 HP, and this should be a fairly easy round as long as they play their cards right, and so far they are. Kang gets 1, Zona drives 1 as well. Chambers down, Brimstone's down, half your smokes are gone, and this should be an easy ride out for CU.
Yeah, I mean, this is a total turn on the last round, right? You kind of expect them to lose the last round just based on, you know, buying everything. Lamp, though, was able to get one with a shorty. Okay, sure. Kang's able to get one, then dies to another. This round, I think, was a little closer than it really needed to be. But you know what? Clark won it. 3-1. That's a turn back onto Clark's turf.
Yeah, a lot closer than Clark University probably drew it up to be, but it's all right. You still have economy. You still have everything that you could ever want. And I mean, hey, even if you died, you got those ult orbs. Every time you die, you get an ult orb, so that will help you out a little bit. So it's not all bad. Cornell Esports might also get some ult orbs, and they might get a little bit more weaponry and a little bit more money. But overall, I still think Clark University is in the driver's seat. Cornell, of course, Banthanor has the Odin right back. And the tour de force going to get popped on the offensive side. Oh no, Soup. Somehow Banthanor comes out with that shot, wins the fight.
Whew. Banthanor Odin is just a legendary creature that you cannot stop, except when you walk into him with a Vandal like Kang just did. Other than that one edge case, impossible to stop the Banthanor Odin. I do like
walks up. Oh
Sad.
no.
I do like how Cable was holding that, and that was really, really well done by Cable, making sure, again, an off angle. This is the game plan that Cornell needs to win here, is they need to do weird stuff. They need to do what Clark isn't expecting of them, because on just like a player-to-player basis, right, earlier when we pulled up the two rosters next to each other, I don't think that there is a great way that like I can see an insanely good, like, oh, this player just head-to-head beats this player, and then you win kind of thing.
30 seconds left.
Right, Aiden doing stuff like that is just kind of normal for this team. Zerona jumping around, kind of just normal for this team. This was a 2v4.
That's a good spot.
I'll finish my point after this, because this isn't actually a 2v4. And Aiden's got the tour de force still up. Kind of making himself open there. Misses the shot onto Cable. That does take him out. One player left. Zerona sitting in U-Haul. He's got a lot of work to do. Toxic screen goes down. Okay, Zerona. Okay.
Oh my. Oh
okay.
my.
Okay.
What a round from Clark University. They, all in all, should not have won that out. I mean, Cornell
they
College
shouldn't have.
Yeah,
Just,
Cornell
like,
College had
straight
a
up.
4 versus 2, and Clark University just says, you know what? Bring it on. Zerona and Ain teaming up to get 4 of the best kills that I have seen in a long while.
There's a weird thing we got to talk about that's happening right now. So Lenford just bought an operator. Okay, he sold it. Okay, never mind. We don't need to talk about it. So going back to what I was saying before the 2v4 thing started happening, the way Cornell, the like way they win the series is by they need to do wacky, weird, crazy stuff that you don't expect. That's kind of the huge thing that they really need to take care of, because otherwise, if you just go traditional to traditional, Clark wins every time.
For sure.
That's just all. That's all it is, right? So Cornell needs to do some weird stuff, like pushing through smokes. I love what Lamb just did here. This weird aggression through smoke, great. The weird off angles that Cable's been holding, great. Keep doing weird stuff.
Last pack on the site. A is completely clear. Easy plant for Clark University, and Zerona gonna push up a little bit further. Should be able to deny the push from CT. Cable catches Soup off guard, but Zerona's able to get that trade off. Paint shell. This should be the end of Lamp, but no. They cross through the crosshair of everyone and gets past the window, but unfortunately Ain was watching the exit route. Another solid round from Clark University. I absolutely love what Cornell did there. They played it a little bit more untraditional. That's going to be the point of them winning this series out. Unfortunately, they just did not have the firepower to make it work. It was an eco. If they try that on a rifle round, I think they'll have some success.
I think you're right. I'm starting to get a little worried.
It's a
little bit.
Also.
My worry factor is at like a 42% right now. Okay, like we're not above the 50%. Cornell can still definitely do a lot in this, but this is one of those times that's like, oh yeah, you remove the nameplates and everything looks. Unfortunately, we can't remove the nameplates. There's a problem when Clark gets 5 rounds on the board to the 1 round of Cornell. You need to start moving a little bit here.
First shot comes out from Cornell Esports. It's the chamber with the op that gets the job done. Showstopper gets brought out. Zerona chasing Lamp. Does some damage, but no frag, and Lamp comes out on top.
3 HP.
Spike planted.
he got clipped with the edge of the showstopper there, and it was just enough to make sure he was alive. And I don't know what they were doing over on the Clark University side that said it was a good idea to push that, but they did it. Right, this is the bit where I said that Soup is super good in late round situations. He is making sure that they're on the same page here. They lose the round, but Soup being the cleanup factor is like the huge thing there.
Beautiful retake. Able to keep 2 players alive. Banthanor wisely gives up that ult orb to Len4, puts them only 2 orbs away from the tour de force. And I definitely agree with you. The worry factor is definitely starting to rise. I would say
it's going down a little bit now. They won a second round. It's going down a little bit.
Since they won that round, that definitely helps it out a little bit. But they're on defense bind. This has been very defender-sided in the past. So for Clark University to be up 5-2, that worries me quite a bit. It's not terrible. Cornell Esports could go on a run here and go 7-5 at the half, but Clark University's on fire right now, and they probably should not be.
Yeah, they're cooking it a little bit. There's a little bit of chefing currently happening. We'll see how they continue on this, though. He's got to use the rendezvous early in the round, and that could be an issue to start. This is a huge benefit of the Astra. The Cosmic Divide can be used in both an aggressive and a passive way, and Fett is just going to have a difficult time trying to get through this at all.
Oh, Jonah wants to peek. If they peek right now, they might have a chance for it. They're going to wait for it to go down, which could be worse. Banthanor holding really close. The double swing. Somehow Banthanor's only able to get 1. Surprisingly, they're able to come out with a even round.
That's the spike.
Clark University 3 versus 3 trades it out to a 3 versus 2. Spike is stranded in a very precarious spot. Got a crossfire on it. Cable not able to land the shot. Leaves it all up to the operator in the 1 versus 3. Whiff Fest for Whiff Fest, and it's Clark University to end out the round. Scarecrow with the Vandal medium range. There's not much you can do with an op.
Something weird that happened that round was the Astra choosing to not... No one pushed through that Cosmic Divide. They didn't even push up to try and plant the spike. They just used the Cosmic Divide as a time stopper for a minute. They just stopped everything of what everyone was doing. Everyone played real passive for a second. Everyone respected everyone on both sides of the wall. And then they continued the round after the Cosmic Divide fell. It was very odd that no one used that to an advantage in either direction. This is a B hit. This looks like it may be a little quicker than a lot of the other rounds they're doing.
Oh my goodness, Drona.
How does he not die?
I don't know, but he doesn't. Drona's fine. B-site completely forfeited over to Clark University. Viper's pick going to come out, which should, I repeat, should secure this round out. But I mean, we've seen Cornell Esports do some crazy retakes in the past. Fett has to find a way to get this in. And how in the world does the Viper pit reach that far? That is insane. Drona peeks out, gets 1, gets 2. Buckle my shoe. 4 versus 3 as the spike's already halfway ticked.
This is the thing. Zerona's just so good. Okay, Fett. Okay, so that helps them out a lot. That's no more Viper's Pit. There's a lot of vision that's coming back from that now. Ain's got 1 onto Banthanor, but there's still 3 players left for Clark. Fett and Len4 have a lot to do. That's just Fett down. Scarecrow's... There's nothing left that Len4 can do. He's got to run away. All right, so officially Clark University wins the half here. 7 rounds. Best Cornell can hope for is 5. I think you'd be happy if you got 3 here.
Timeout called. I think Cornell wants a little bit more, but they're calling a timeout on an eco round, which is a very popular strategy, but I simply don't like it. I think for timeouts, you need to wait until you have a bit of money so you can put your strats and what you're conversating about into action. Unfortunately, there's only so much you can do on an eco.
Well, the thing I think that they're doing here with this eco is it's not really because of the eco, it's because of how many rounds are left. There's 3 rounds left in the half, and you are on an eco, right? So you need to make a decision. Do you want to force in here, save, and then buy in the last round? Do you want to save here, half buy next round, full buy in the next round? Or are you looking to force here, full buy next round, and hope to God you win so you have a buy in the last round? Because there's a couple different avenues you can take here in terms of economy, right? That's your big difference on why they're doing it here, because what your path you choose determines how much you're buying here.
That is very true. You could go full eco, try to force an 8-4. I feel like if it's anything more than 8-4 at the half, this is GG's before the second half even gets started. 9-3 is not an option for Cornell Esports.
Unless there's some sort of curse.
I mean, yeah, we haven't seen too much of the 9-3 curse so far throughout the season.
I'm not talking about the generic curse. I'm talking specifically right here in this game. Unless one of these teams is cursed, whole shaman style, like, I don't see... The curse doesn't really matter.
I think Cornell... So if they let this one go, that's fine, but any more, and that will do it. Drona, oh my goodness,
That's a free
what a
kill.
play. Absolutely free. Down goes your
They can't
Sentinel.
do anything.
They
So
really
there's
can't.
4 on the flank here. There's 4 on the flank, and they know there's 4 on the flank. Scarecrow's going to be first point of contact, but Ain's got the backup. That's it. That's the half right here. So that's 8 rounds for Clark.
That'll be a... Oh my goodness! You've got to be kidding me. Ain survives with 7 HP. I'm going to be real with you, Mechatronic. If that happened to me, bang, bang, bang. Keyboard in a million pieces.
Okay, so wait. Let's talk about money here for a second, because Cornell is doing one of the options I don't think is the best option. They're buying here on round 11. Okay, so that means they're buying here, and they're hoping to hell that they got enough money in order to bring a buy into the last round of the half. Right, they're staking it on this round and not half buying for the next round or anything like that. Right there, so they're putting their marbles here. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't particularly love it. The flash goes through. Rendezvous used quickly from Len.
I think they need this round.
This is so through. Oh my goodness, the run is so through.
This is a must-win round for Cornell Esports, and they are not must-winning it. If it goes 9-3, then I think this game is over. 10-2, it doesn't really matter. Fantastic dodge and the counter, but Drona floors him! Oh my goodness, it'll be another round that Drona just absolutely goes insane. You should not be doing these things.
So this is at best 9-3, right? But Cornell doesn't have money. They just spent all of it on that round right there, which looked like the same, if not worse, than the rest of the eco rounds. Right? They're just buying up what they can. Right? So a Guardian, a Bucky, a Stinger, Spectres, right? It's not a huge amount. I question the decision of not making sure that you have a good final round buy. I think that it's really imperative to go into your second half with like good vibes, good mental on like, hey, we tried our best in that last round. Because the second you hit a pistol, right, it's everyone's the same.
Viper's Pit from the defense to figure out a way to deny or at least delay the push of Clark University. They have been running rampant throughout the entire map for about 11 rounds now. This will be the 12th if they're able to do it. Unfortunately, the Viper's Pit not able to cover the entire window. Cosmic Divide as well for Clark University. This should help them push out a little bit. They bail on the B side. They are going over to the opposite, and they will try their hand at this one.
Oh, they're running.
What are you doing? Banthanor just chasing them down with a Bucky. Does not work out in the slightest. And look at Drona. How does Drona get this far through? Lamp lands one through the Viper's Pit, make it a double kill, but look at how close Drona's playing to the smoke. Somehow, some way, Cornell Esports forces this to a 2 versus 1.
Yeah, but it's a 2 versus 1 against Ain. Ain's been really good this game. That's one, and he's isolated the fight. Okay. That would have been really stylish if you just actually headshot him with the headhunter right there.
Oh my goodness. Ain's gonna try this plant.
I think the plant's the right idea. You have enough space, you have enough try. 47 HP. It's gonna be 2 shots for it. Onto 7 HP. Oh my lord. This is coming so close, and the trademark the headhunter finishes that. But Clark couldn't have made that any closer, I don't think.
No, they really couldn't. I mean, it's the best round to do so. You're not saving any money, so why not force the 1 versus 2? Fantastic clutch from Ain, and I doubted Ain too much. You are absolutely right about that, Mechatronic. Okay, so we're in a very interesting spot. Clark University comes off of the weaker side on Bind, and now they are somehow up by 8. Sure.
Yeah.
They go to defense on Bind, which is the 3rd strongest defender-sided map according to the stats on BlitzGG.
Thank you, BlitzGG, for the stats.
Yes. This should be 13-2 statistically, but Cornell, I think they might have a little bit of fight in them.
I mean, you gotta hope, right? That's what we're here for. You're hoping that there's enough. There's got to be enough somewhere. And Zerona getting killed fully through her smoke, that's some good start to the hope.
Oh my... Are you kidding me? Soup just peeks out, gets a single headshot with the ghost, and ends the life of that poor Sky?
Well, the thing is so
Insane.
early in this round, we've made it 3v3, and Bind is quite difficult to hold in 3v3s. The teleporters are great, but they put you in a really non-optimal place to try and retake a site, especially if you want to group up with your teammates. Especially if you're going from B to A. So you have to go through spawn, which is kind of a long rotate. 40 seconds left in the round, and it looks like Cornell is deciding they want to go here onto the A site, where it's just Soup sitting in U-Haul.
45 seconds for Clark University to get this retake up and at them. And it looks like they're going to try just a simple CT hit. They got Soup still in U-Haul. Everyone on Cornell is playing a little bit further back. I like this play for the pistol round.
So do I actually really like where Soup is, because I don't think they expect them here. Sam's got
able to
one.
grab one.
Last player standing.
Oh my goodness, 1 versus 2. I don't think there's any time.
Yeah, Soup would be the one, though. Satchel pushes him in the wrong direction. Yeah, there is no time. That's it. It's just a question of whether you can get the kill. Well, he got the kills.
That is an ace.
That's an ace for Soup.
That is an ace.
Unfortunately, it doesn't mean anything, but that is still an ace for Soup.
You know what? Clark University lost that round, but in my heart, Soup absolutely got that ace. That is unbelievable stuff.
I think in the real world, Soup got that ace. I'm pretty sure that's a statistic. I don't think that's changeable.
That's true.
Yeah.
It didn't say it. It didn't say it on the big gray box though. So
no, because there's post round. But we're gonna.
Unfortunately.
There were 5 kills for the same player in the same round, and there's no Phoenix, so that's an ace. Okay, that's all I can say. Cornell need a lot to go right here.
It's a good
This
start
is the
to the
best
half.
chance they. Yeah, this is the best chance they've had in a bit. They've got better weapons. Clark's really good with the weapons they have, though. That's not saying Cornell isn't, but Clark's really good with pistols and ecos.
Cornell
and
decided
I'm a little
to take it slow.
All right, so Fett takes down Ain. That's a big target. Ain's been really, really good this match. Zerona, though, I think has just been better. Zerona's been insane. And it looks like they're trying to take the spike over towards B. Right, that one frag was over on B, and they've left Zerona on their own now over on A. I think they're just poking and prodding at this point still. All right, couple shots by Banthanor onto the tube, trying to get something, but they're barely seeing anyone. Clark University is playing really far back, which I really like here. Right, you want to introduce chaos into the round
30 seconds
with the pistols. It's the best way you're going to do it. All right, so they know there are players there. Okay, so there's the first orbital smoke coming down. Lamp's just running through, trying to see. Able to take down Kang. Fett's able to take down Scarecrow. Sheriff. Okay. Zerona had to hit those shots for this to really start to happen. Soup's got 1, but he's not going to have much more than that. 4 to 10. They're starting it. Every round here is must win for Cornell. Especially this one.
Yes.
Like, this is your conversion round. This is the one that you say, hey, we don't have as good weapons as the other team, but we need to keep this going. Like, they need to keep this going.
For sure.
If they lose this, they're broke. Sorry, no. If they lose this, they buy in the next round. I don't know what I'm saying. They're broke. If they lose this, they buy in the next round, but they only have 2 rounds to play with. Really, 1 round to play with.
Yeah,
So,
if Clark University wins this bonus round out, they are already 1 away from match point, which is a very scary sight to see when you only have 4. So, nice one, Lamp, casually shooting their own teammate. Bantha
thank God
takes
it's
some
not
bullets.
Counter-Strike.
Exactly. Spike gets planted really quickly, but Clark University is coming in on the retake. They have the strong gun, so they should be able to make this work. But Banthanor teams up with a double soup, getting kind of in a weird spot, but they somehow make it out alive.
It impresses me every week that I watch Banthanor that he's actually very good with the Vandal and still chooses to buy the Odin.
Oh my goodness.
Baffles me a little bit.
Soup getting the
Stoop is just
defuse.
sticking this. Stoop is sticking this. This is a Clark round. That's it.
You've got to be kidding me. Oh, they had a lineup, and it did not work out in the slightest. It popped off too late. Clark University steals that round out despite Cornell University keeping themselves alive, getting the last kill as well. The lineup was simply too late.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to hear through that wall. That's the whole bit of it, is you deprive most of your senses, right? You deprive the seeing, you deprive the hearing, you deprive, well, winning in that case. So you got to kind of just guesstimate when you use that Molotov, and it turned out it was not the right time. Clark University, those 2 away from winning.
Of course, Clark University, they don't have as good of guns as they had the last time around, but Cornell is not that much better. This is going to pretty much come down to which team can play better with what they have. Close range, could have used the Judge, but they thought that they would have been better with the Classic. Kang, only able to grab 1. Fetch trades it out. Fet gets flashed. Banthanor on the other side is able to take down Soup with the headshots. Close range, Spectre should win that out, but Fet is simply too good, leaving it all up to Ain in another clutch scenario. They've clutched these before, but this time it's a 1 versus 3 versus a full team of guns, and Fet grabs their 3rd of the round. Cornell Esports now pushing further, shortening the gap to just 6 rounds.
We say just 6, but it feels like every single round here has been a struggle, a battle, a war to try and win.
Yeah, it absolutely has. The thing with Clark University is they are able to get these rounds very easily, but every round that Cornell University has gotten, they have had to fight insanely hard for.
I do like the stack here. So over in Hookah, Clark University's got 2 players here. They need to play to their strengths here, which is just going to be strength in numbers on any given location, and hope that they can do some weird stuff with pistols. It's kind of the same way we said Cornell needs to do to win this. This is Clark's map pick, by the way. I want to repoint this out. So Clark should be winning this, right? If math goes to how math goes, it should be a Clark win. Next map would be a Cornell win, etc., etc.
That is how the pattern goes.
That's how it should go. But as we know, best of 3s are fickle, like a pickle. And sometimes teams win maps they shouldn't. Just like sometimes teams win rounds they shouldn't. As we're under 40 seconds here, and the longer this round takes to actually occur, I favor Clark more and more. Because
there's only 30 seconds to go. They got to push.
And they're reading it. They're reading this 100% correctly. They move the players over in the right place, and now they're moving them back. So it's a 4-on-4 retake for both teams. No team has actual control of the site right now. So they're blending Spike. Both teams have to retake. It's a good chunk of damage on the cable. Ain's got 1. Good start.
Fantastic start. 5v4, Clark University. Big advantage, however. The ults are absolutely in favor of Cornell. Soup's able to grab another one. Oh
Serona!
my god! god! What is that? Drona actually lands that kill, leaving Panthenor in a 1 versus 3. Drona, no, absolutely not. You need to calm down. Clark University on match point. Oh, MEC! MEC!
Disgusting.
MEC! What is that?
Disgusting.
Match point.
That shouldn't be so right. Len sits there. And then he just dies. And it looked like Zerona was checking it. And I think he actually over-peeked it. I think he overchecked it, right? He moved his mouse too far to the left. And then had to readjust. But he did that so quickly and precisely that Len was able to get like one shot into the arm off. And that was it. Insane from Zerona. And now we're on match point.
It's round number 18.
They didn't have money last round on Clark University. They just did not have cash. So this makes it even more important, right, for Clark to win here, because it wasn't on a gun round that they were able to get that. They were going to get money. They got even more money. Cornell, they have money. They have the money they have, but they need to. They don't. There is no leeway anymore. You got to win what you got to win here.
Cornell taking it slow once again. I mean, after they had everything going their way in that last round, just to be stripped away from them by a single sheriff shot from Drona, you will absolutely take this slow. There's not much leeway that you can have, or there's no such thing as too careful at the moment. Cornell executing onto the B site. Scarecrow, of course, getting the first frag, taking down Cornell's big boy duelist. But they should be able to get this plant down regardless. Lamp pushes through. Ooh, Scarecrow goes down.
Yeah, that's really, really good right there.
Out of charges.
Zerona's just got... Okay, so here's the big thing. Zerona's got the judge, and that's it in here. And it won't matter, because it goes and takes down Panthenor. That's Kang with another kill onto the Phantom this round, so it's 2v2. Diffuse has started.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, they see one. Okay.
Player standing.
He's just holding. He's just... Oh, I thought he was gonna... I was gonna do the thing. It's still Clark University round win, but Soup's got to jump off the spike in order to get it done.
13-5. Only took 18 rounds for Clark University to take map 1, and like you said, that was Cornell's pick. That was
Clark's pick.
That was Clark's pick. So, yeah, we can expect that map to go their way. They're absolutely well-versed in bind. We can know that for a fact. To take the attacking round 10-2 is sensational stuff.
The problem is that the next map is Ascent, where while it may be Cornell's pick, everyone and their mother knows how to play Ascent. So, it's one of those maps that I'm pretty sure both teams have drilled. I'm actually almost certain both teams have drilled. It's going to be a difficult battle for Cornell to win on that map, but it is in way more favor to Panthenor and his chosen sword over there.
Yeah, there's so many wall bangable spots, whether it's heaven on A or if it's hell on A or main wall on the B side. There's so much that Panthenor can do with his trusty steed, the big boy ODIN. And I'm absolutely excited to see. We're going to have that coming up in just a couple of moments. I hope that you all stick around because you don't want to miss it. More Valorant coming up soon. And Panthenor's Odin is about to get Odin-y?
Smashing. Because it's a hammer.
That's true.
Odin has a hammer.
That's Thor.
I'd assume all the Norse ones have hammers.
Yeah, I don't know.
Don't question us on North mythology. We'll be back after the break. Odin has
Yeah. Yeah. Ooh. She gon' bust it. She gon' bust it. She gon' yeah. What's up, baby? Tell me how you get the one up on me. Aye. And I know you ain't playing round. You about to have me down on one knee. Aye. I got that soul. Now she done came and snatched the soul out of me. Aye. She got that gold. She close enough. She open up. You go to sleep. Aye. Now if you ever get to meet her, better keep it shot. About to make a supersonic man out of you. She go below the belt. You better go for help. Get shot. About to make a supersonic man out of you. I wanna be her man. Now I'm a believer. She used both hands. Now I'm a believer. Yeah. Big gun, baby. I'ma pull it out and shooting my shot. I got a feeling I can bust it, baby. Trust me, baby, I do this a lot. She do that roll. Now I'ma double tap that booty like I did. She take that pole. All the way down that choking sign gon' make me ski. I ski. Yeah, now if you ever get to meet her, better keep a shot. About to make a supersonic man out of you. She go below the belt, you better go for help. Get shot. About to make a supersonic man out of you. I wanna be her man. Now I'm a believer. She used both hands. Now I'm a believer.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Midwest Esports Conference. My name is still Mechatronic. This is still Tucker, and we are in between the matches currently for Clark University and Cornell College. I totally didn't forget who we were watching for the last 6 seconds. No, not at all. So, map 1, Bind, was taken by Clark University. It was mostly Clark University's favorite. There were definitely some spots of brightness for the Cornell College side, but it seemed for the most part it was the Clark show, and it finished being the Clark show. Now, though, we move to Cornell's map pick, which is Ascent, which if you've watched any of Cornell this season, you'll know that this sounds like a Cornell map because they have the Odin God. So, because of that, we expect to see and hope to see a little bit more from Cornell on this map.
Yeah, I'm definitely hoping for a little bit more rounds from Cornell specifically. If you just tuning in, 13-5 was the final score of Bind. I'm hoping that they can get at least 7 or 8 this time. It is their map pick, so I'm hoping that they're able to come out with a dub. But I mean, like you brought up right before the break, Ascent's one of those maps that everybody and their mother and their mother's mother knows how to play.
Yeah, it's a map that a lot of people know, as I believe we get into Agent Select now. It's a map that a lot of people know. It's a map that a lot of people know how to play against other people on. The Odin has been a thing on this map for about ever. Literally ever. I actually think day one of playing Valorant, I remember people running the Odin on this map. So we'll get some lock-ins across. So Sova, Jet, Killjoy makes sense across the board. Looks like both teams are going to go for a little bit. Both teams will go for a KO and then a controller. Soup playing the Omen. He's been really good at all season. Banthanor is back on the Brimstone that he was on last map.
I don't think Brimstone is the right play for Ascent. I'm going to be honest. I think there are really only 2 controllers that are negligible. I think there's 2 that are good and 1 that's okay. That's Astra and Omen. And then I think Harbor would also be solid. I think Astra and Omen are miles better, but I haven't seen too much of Harbor, but just the utility set feels like it would match Ascent really well, especially that A site.
Yeah, there's a hope here. There's a lot of hopium angle. This is when you go watch the video that LOL Esports put out like 2 or 3 years ago that talks about hopium from the makers of Copium. It's a real hopium angle. All right, Cornell's got to do a lot on this attack side. They got to do a lot. I don't heavily favor the Brimstone on defense on this map, so they're going to need to do some work here. They're going towards A, though.
I don't really favor the Brimstone on either side. I know that Ascent is statistically the most defender-sided map in the game. Thanks again to Blitz GG for the stats. Once again, beautiful, beautiful.
That's cap, though. It may be, but it's not. Like, you play this map and it doesn't feel that sided. It feels like retakes actually on the A side are really okay, Kang and Ain get 2. Feels like retakes on A are really difficult. There's too many angles to check. Fett's going to be checked quickly, though. He's got 1. He's got 1. Ain's going to get the try back on it. And it's just up to the Killjoy in Lund 4.
Those storm grenades are going to run out. There's going to be a lot of time. They got to peek. Lund 4 goes down. Clark University will get the pistol round once again. It'll be Cornell starting off with a deficit.
Not the place you want to be in, but there's a lot of game left to go. We've done about 3% of the game, so there's a lot left.
That is very true, though. It's just the pistol round.
It's the first pistol round. It's not even the second pistol round.
Like, what would 100 divided by 24 be? Well, not 24. What am I talking about? 24 divided by 1 be 1/24 of the round.
Yeah, which is like 4/96.
I got the calculator. Hold up.
Yeah, we saw the hopium from the makers of Copium right there. One way goes through for Soup. Gonna try and see if anyone wants to poke their feet out under. Flashbang. Flash for Scarecrow, just trying to clear out anything here. Cable's gonna wrap this corner and will see the edge of Scarecrow.
and everyone just decides, nope, this is not.
Soup.
Get taken. Yeah, Fet's gonna take Souped out with that shorty really quick, and upgrades to the Bulldog. He's got the full rifle here though, and there's still 2 more on the site, so this is a pretty heavy push over onto A.
That's massive. Cornell Esports has the advantage. Clark University, despite winning the pistol round, they are not able to strike first. So this could be a factor in Cornell Esports winning the anti-eco and anti-ing the anti-eco. That's a lot of antis in a singular sentence.
The anti-eco.
Gets one with the Ghost. Can't quite get a second. They fall back. Wisely so. Only 35 seconds to go. Headshot yet again from the Ghost. Close range. This time it's Banthanor to get the upper hand. Another kill from Banthanor turns us into a 2 versus 2 as Kang evens us up. Spike is stranded somehow when 4 comes out with it.
All right, let's see what they can do here. Oh, nicely done from Fet. Disgusting. Disgusting.
Very nice anti. And I did look it up. I did some calculations. Mechatronic.
Did the math?
I did the math. 1/24th is 4.167%. That is, of course, if this map does go all the way to 24 rounds, which we have not seen too many overtimes in this game or in this season. So I'm expecting it not to, but it's around there.
So it exists.
It does exist.
All right, first guns here. Really good stuff, by the way, for Cornell to win that second round. It puts Clark on a really, really bad back foot here.
For sure. Fet and Banthanor teaming up to get some frags. We see the Odin coming out because of course we do. A site looking a little bit weak. Honestly, it's the middle part of the map that is completely abandoned by Clark University. There is still the KJ chilling out in tree. Or chilling out in B main, excuse me. And I'm pretty sure that Cornell has a hunch of it. They're going to try to make their way up through market. Ain looks to slow it down, but there's simply no chance. The gun plays better. The positioning is better. Cornell Esports has a red carpet all the way to B site. Kang tries their best, does not succeed, and the big iron is forfeited on the floor, leaving Omen in a 4v1.
Yeah, Ain did the best that he could there. I mean, there's literally nothing more that you can expect or hope for than getting 1 kill in trade. The best thing you're going to guess. Best thing you're going to try for. I know where Soup is. This should just be a confirmation of this round, basically. Banthanor's aiming with it. They don't see the head. They don't see the little beret of brimstone.
Is it a beret or is it like a hoodie?
I thought it was a beret.
I always thought it was like a blue hoodie.
Well, I'm talking about Banthanor. Brimstone.
Oh, Banthanor. I thought you were talking about Omen. My bad. Yeah, that's a beret.
That is a beret. I'm pretty certain. I wear a lot of hats, and while I did not know what a Tribly was at the beginning of the season, I do now. But I do know that that's a beret. I've been corrected. A trilby. Which I think is actually even funnier.
Okay, moving on from the hat discourse, I feel like we're going to have a civil war here in the production room. It's round 4. Clark University, they're able
civil
to...
war in the production room. It's only with the Odin, okay? That's the Marvel reference, okay? That's how we get back to the game. That's the segue, even though Banthanor doesn't have an Odin. Or maybe he does, and I just can't see it.
Banthanor, I don't think they have the money for an Odin this time around. Or
well,
actually,
they won
no,
the round, so
they were able to keep it over. So yeah,
kept it.
Banthanor, of course, has the Odin. This is round 4. Clark University, kind of on the pseudo bonus round. This should be the one that they win out. Unfortunately for them, Cornell University is able to keep over all the guns from the last round. So all in all, this is a pretty even round. It's going to come down to which one of these teams can traverse the map better.
It's going to be a lot on which team can do a little bit better here. It's just all being a little bit. That's game of inches here. So let's see if there can be some more inches gained from either side. Flash goes through, misses. Zerona also misses. Doesn't miss a second time, though. It takes Fet down. Cable with the trade quickly. Soup is sitting in line. He's just sitting here, staring menacingly, waiting for someone to pass. They've all passed him.
Soup catches one. Oh my
Got
goodness.
one. He's got
nearly
two.
chokes it away, but they've got two. Cornell Esports, 2-man advantage as Cable is able to strike back and turn it into a 1-man
Soup is
advantage,
so
but it's
good.
immediately taken right back.
And
3
look at
kills
where-
for Soup. 1 versus 3. Len 4. They know. Oh, they know. They pop the swarm grenade, but Kang sticks it. Pros don't fake.
Yeah, so Kang half that already and understood the assignment there that, hey, you don't die if you've got full health. Just stick it. Just go through. Your life in that round does not matter as much as the round win.
One bad thing about Clark University winning the pistol, but then losing the anti and then the bonus round is that despite they were able to win the quote-unquote pseudo bonus, Cornell Esports is still sitting very pretty. One of the players has $5,000, and Banthador still has enough to buy that Odin, which is definitely a scary sight for Clark University to be this early and be tied up, but there's still an Odin on the field. That is absolutely terrifying to look at.
Yes,
They know. They
it's
know.
scary on this map. There's a lot of walls that can be shot through. A lot of bingo bang ability in this map.
Fragment pushes Scarecrow away from the box. Fires through the smoke. Is the Vandal of Scarecrow. Oh my goodness. Through the smoke of the Omen as well. Takes down Banthador. Goes away with the Odin as well. Look at flank. Kang. Headshot onto Cable. This should be an easy round for Clark University. Cornell College trying whatever they can to salvage it out. But there's one on the flank and there's 3 pushing them straight ahead.
Good start from Land. I mean, the problem is Lamp has actually no HP. Like maybe 1. Yep. Lamp's dead. There's Lend peeking in, but he will take out Zerona. It's a 1v3. There's one on the flank. 2 in front. Scarecrow's 1 HP, but he's dead. They don't expect Wine. Wine takes him out, and that's Ain with a 3rd round for Clark University. And they recover the operator.
I'm going to be honest, for I believe it was a 4 versus 2, that got quite nail-bitey at the end for Clark University. And, of course, played it perfectly, chilled out in Wine until the time was right, and they peeked out, got the frag. But still, that was really close.
It felt like it, but I don't think in the end of the day it really was that close. But we will see as we go through in the 6th round. Kang looks to get thinking about getting a little aggressive here. Swarm early is going to prevent them from pushing out any quicker than they want. Cable's just going to try and grab this ult orb, and he will successfully grab it. All right. He's overloaded. No one will be walking away from the KO here. And the lockdown is down as well. So they put 2 ults into this round already just to try and get something, just to try and feel something. And Ain's been feeling a lot of bullets.
It's a lot invested into this round just to get onto the site and get the spike down. As soon as that smoke dissipates, the retake is going to be in full effect. Clark University a little bit weaker on the ult board, so they're not going to have as much firepower to hit this retake as they might have wanted to, but they still have the recon, doing a lot of damage to Cable, somehow able to stay alive. Turret's going to get shot down, gives the information over to Kang. Easy frag for the KJ. Couple more shots coming out as Ain pushes down through Wasteway. There goes Kang with another frag. KO goes down. Fett gets alerted. They know where the Jet is. 1 versus 3, and it's a beautiful lineup that might just secure the round.
Not just is he an Odin god, he's a flame god. Making sure that the spike stays undefused at the end of the round. Banthanor with the lineup. Just as Odin strikes down from above, Banthanor
saves that round. That retake absolutely hit for Clark University. If Banthanor was not alive and there was no Molly, that was a lost round for Clark University. Or a lost round for Cornell College, I mean. Clark University played that fantastically. But since Brimstone was still alive, and since the Molly was there, popped off at just the right place at the right time, Clark University, unfortunately for them, has to forfeit it out.
All right, we're still in the ballpark.
Placing turrets destroyed.
That's it. We're still in the ballpark.
Grenade out.
Let's see what they can do here. 3-3 is a lot closer than it felt all last map, so we'll see if they can make it continue to be close.
Let it be execute. I don't think they know about Kang.
Oh, Fed is
now they do,
CSGO
though.
surfing.
Oh my goodness, so many shots done by Kang. It's honestly surprising that they only were able to grab one frag. Lamp is the last one to fall. It's Ain with a 3K. That'll give them the Hunter's Fury, and that will give Clark University the ult advantage. They have 3 up and active right now. That'd be the Null Command, Killjoy, and the Hunter's Fury. Blanked on the name for a sec.
Can we talk about the surfing that Fett just did?
I saw that.
Like that was Counter-Strike level, right? Like he was just holding A there, making sure he stayed on the little surface. That was. Apparently you can't do it in CS2 anymore, but who cares if you can do it in Valorant?
Right? The trend used to be the CSGO surfing videos where you just talk about random things that happen on the internet culture.
Well,
and
now it's just Minecraft.
Valorant.
Well, I was gonna say now it's Minecraft.
Now it's Minecraft parkour, yeah.
All right, we'll see what Cable can do. He's got this forward position in middle, and Banthnor's right behind him with the trademark Odin. I do have to say, out of any character, Brimstone looks the most menacing with the Odin.
Oh, for sure. I mean,
he looks like he was made for him.
Yeah, for real. There's not really
Brimstone and TF2 Heavy share a lot of characters.
Okay.
Here.
Yeah, you're right. That is like uncanny. Only Brimstone
does have an Odin in his sweatshirt. Actually, that makes a lot of sense.
Brimstone is just the American Heavy.
Isn't the Heavy American?
No, Heavy's Russian.
I haven't played enough TF2 to remember.
30 seconds left.
30 seconds to go. Cornell College getting ready to execute onto the A site from Tree. They've got it under control, but Scarecrow is doing their part in keeping Cornell out as they stay in Tree. There is one player over there. Fortunately for Clark University, they are able to get themselves through. The Tree player is still alive. Shrona has got to watch out for the counter flank from Shrona, and that will be it.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
I'm not sure. The retake's starting to come in. Null Command. Beautiful pop.
Are you sure?
I am not sure. I am absolutely not sure. Clark University turns an inch into a mile, makes that retake somehow a reality, and Cornell College definitely going to be kicking themselves after that one. With that, 2-round advantage given right back to Clark University. That should put Cornell on an eco round, and I'm expecting it. Yes, timeout calls out. Timeout gets called. As yeah, there it is, bottom left corner of your screen. If you look at the Bernie right there.
There's no Stimmy, but there is an Odin.
No Stimmy, but Odin. Bernie with Odini.
Let's talk about this for a second. So Cornell takes the timeout here. 8 rounds in, so we have 9, 10, 11, and 12 left. 4 rounds, so this is 1 round sooner than they took it last game, first half. They're in a much better position than they were, right? Last game, it felt like they were in 8-1 or something like that at ballpark. 7-1-ish when they took the timeout. So this feels a bit better for them to take a timeout here, but they still got to win a couple more rounds here, right? You said that defense was a super heavy-sided map on this map. I don't personally agree, but if we take that at face value, that means that you could want like 4 rounds here, 5 rounds here, and you'll be real happy with that. But I think 3 rounds is just not enough to get by, right? 9-3 is not great. So you still gotta win 1 or 2 here. Your path is not yet done on the attacking side.
I think if Clark University are able to get 3 more, then that might be bad news for Cornell. I think best case scenario, or worst case scenario for Cornell that they can still win is probably 8-4. And that shot does not help out whatsoever. Zhona absolutely flooring with the op. Gonna push up a little bit. Whoa,
I thought
Zhona,
he was gonna take
whoa.
that shot. I thought he was gonna take that. That was bold. That was fresh. There's a couple other adjectives I could use there, but let's see him just hit it. I think he shot the flashbang.
Spike down B.
I unironically think he just hit the flashbang instead of KO.
I'm not sure if that deflects damage. I know that the cabbages of Sky deflects op damage. So
Yeah.
like if you pop the Seekers and it shoots the Seeker through you, it won't kill you. I'm not sure if the flash does the same.
This is where we need replay.
Exactly.
All right. Anthony's trying to push through now. Takes down the turret from Killjoy. Problem is there's still a man advantage for Clark University here. There's still a health advantage for Clark University here. There's still a gun advantage for Clark University here. There's a life advantage for Clark University right now. We mentioned this before the pre-show, but these teams are physically, geographically located very close to each other. The two closest in the league as Lamp grabs another kill in the round, trying to just make something happen here, but he won't be able to get the spike down in time. Yes. No, he won't. And he will even die after the round. You said this in our pre-show before we even started, that these two teams are physically the closest to each other, which prompted my question of, does that mean that they go to each other's campuses and trash talk them? I don't think right now that either team is in a great position to trash talk each other.
Yeah, maybe not. These teams are kind of just having a little bit of a waffle fest in the kindest terms that I can use. Of course, Clark University is doing a little bit better. They made their way all the way through Bind, but on Ascent, shown to be a little bit of a problem, which is expected. It is Cornell's map.
Oh, Soup.
Oh my goodness, Soup. You need to chill. You need to chill out.
He's a full stew now. He is like a full stew. He's no longer a soup.
It's getting chunky in here. It's getting chunky. All right, we have word. The replay came in. Zhona didn't miss the flashbang.
So he just whiffed.
I guess so.
So I'm going to pretend that we don't have the ability to look at that back, and we're just going to pretend. Oh, Kit, never mind. Cable, buddy. Do that more.
Yeah, I did the look as this round was going on. The campus of Clark and Cornell are only an hour away. I did the towns. It's Mount Vernon and Dubuque. So it's only an hour away by car, which is kind of interesting.
Wonder how much scrim time these teams get and how much complaints about bad campus internet you get when you're doing scrims. One campus just has way better Wi-Fi than the other campus. The ping just incredibly good at Clark University, but not at Cornell. Oh.
I can see it. Spike planted down. B site, of course. Soup pushing through from market. Can't quite find the head. They know that there's one. They have a hunch, anyway, that there's one holding out with a cross angle. Able to get one. Not quite able for the second. Leaving the Omen in a 1 versus 2. Soup going to jump down. I think they're going to try to make this a reality. The turret does see him. Tries to peek through. Time is ticking.
If there's anyone
grenade
I want
gets
here,
popped.
it's Soup.
And I feel like this should be the round going that way. Soup going to run in and just get themselves killed.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't feel great to save there either. You're going into round 11. And when you're Clark University, you probably have a bye for this round and maybe the next round. Don't fully know the dollar reduce situation over there. They may be trying to figure out what they're doing, especially with that round loss. They may want to save a little bit more. We'll see.
Clark University does have the lockdown available, which might be a big part to this next round. We're going to have to see. It might be a turret battle. No, Kang just immediately shoots it down. I believe Kang gets detained or gets spotted and denied their util off of the flat. That what is that called?
I don't know.
What is the knife called?
This knife?
Here.
No, the knife.
Oh.
Flash,
I just
0
call it KO
point. It's
knife.
the 0 point.
It's KO knife.
It is a KO knife. From now on, it's KO knife, and we will not call it anything else than that. 1 minute to go. Clark University, they got another ult on the board. It's the Into the Shadows from Omen.
There's certain abilities in this game that we just don't call it by their real things. Raise Roomba, one of them. I guess we do sometimes call that the Boombot. I don't think we ever call Omen's ult Into the Shadows unless we want to sound really fancy.
Well, that sounds like a personal call out.
Well, I use it when I want to sound real fancy too, but generally it's just, it's just Omen teleport.
Double lock there, double operator ultimate coming out. Drona gets a very nice shot. Three players get detained on the defense. Hello?
Yeah, but they can't do anything about it.
Allows all of them to get defended. Oh my goodness, Kane, what are you doing? They pop that out as they're getting completely rushed. And just like that, Clark University just threw away an ultimate. Oh my goodness.
Not just an ultimate. It looks like they're throwing away a round here.
Yeah, not just the ult, but the round as well. Amp gets spotted. Takes the shot out.
Actually, to be fair, if there is a team that I want, a team of people that I want in this situation, it probably is Clark University. Ain is really, really good at clutching. We've said it many times. It's got to look to the right side. The trade is good, but no one is expecting Fett all the way around town. Ooh, 6-5. This is about as good of a half as you could have expected from Cornell here, especially given the map, right? Like this is a really acceptable half.
Yeah, I'm surprised that Cornell's able to keep Clark at 6. They might have a chance to go into this half completely tied up, which puts me at an interesting point, considering that Cornell Esports was able to deny Clark University the lead at the half. What can they do on defense? Because I know that Banthanor is going to have the Odin. They're going to put some pressure on B main, as well as Heaven on A. Clark University will probably have a pretty hard time traversing that.
Ooh, full flashed. That's a little brutal. I don't know if Scarecrow wants to pick this again. I think it's a really poor decision. But Zerona sitting in mid. He hasn't done anything this round. I don't think they know he's here. I kind of like the idea of Zerona being a little aggressive here. Being the engage here.
B-site looks to be the point of attack for Cornell Esports. They have an ult. It's the Hunter's Fury on the Sova that can possibly get popped out to maybe deny the defusal. But the Omen ult gets popped as well. Fett's in a rough spot. Banthanor and Lin4 still able to catch these shots out, get these frags. Clark University giving them up one by one. Soup stuck in the backside in a rough position. 1 versus 2 as Scarecrow's only able to grab one. That's Cable. Big Iron on his hip. Marty Robbins would be proud of you, but you're going up against a whole machine gun. LMG.
Got the spike.
He should know. Knows. He understood the assignment. Banthanor with the 3K into the round, making a tie game going into the second half.
Very surprising stuff. Kudos to Cornell Esports. Able to grab all of those rounds in a row. That timeout did wondrous things for them. I can't really say the same about the Cornell timeout in the first map, but this time it works out really well. Pistol round off of the switch.
There's a lot of ghosts. There's a lot of ghosts of Hellblade.
I absolutely get it, though. Since one of those maps where it's not too long range, but there are a lot of open angles that the Ghost really excels in. But also, at close range, the Sheriff can absolutely be a little bit questionable. Let's also not forget the utility on Ascent. It's a very utility-based map. You can, of course, win it out with just the guns, but utility makes it so much easier. Banthanor with a shorty just casually grabs the frag onto Drona. Spike will get planted onto Clark University. This should be a difficult hold for CU, but we have seen them get away with worse.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Cornell, they can try and retake this. 5v4 is a good position to be in.
Whoa, definitely. Being one man up, it's whoa. Ain, how in the world do you get there? Ain runs into the smoke, able to grab a second. Just like that, the momentum has been completely reversed. Fett does not get spotted out with the recon dart, but Scarecrow, Soup, and Ain teaming up, getting all the frags down. Clark University taking the lead off of the pistol. Fantastic work. That's another one going their way.
Yeah, no, great. Really good job by Clark University taking that 4v5 and just making it, well, a 4v0. Weapons here, yeah, weapons here for Clark. So this is going to be the start of what Clark is hoping to be a good 2 or 3 rounds. Puts them in towards double digits. Good chunk closer than Cornell is. They're hoping to snowball past. KO knife goes through, hits one. Zrona gets 2 though. Soup with the 3rd. And it's quickly a 4v2, and this looks very clearly Clark round.
1 enemy remaining.
Yeah, this has to be. Lamp goes down. That's the only bit of recon that they have. It's a Sentinel. If maybe the spike was not already planted, this might be clutchable. But unfortunately, that's not the case, Mac. Spike's already down. You only have a classic if you're Lin Floor. You got the Plat Charm. But unfortunately, you are standing in the midst of 4 Clark University players that have had your number for the majority of the night. We've seen a little bit of promise from Cornell. But all in all, it has been Clark University's night so far. This does not mean that it's over.
You're aware it's like 4 p.m., right? Like 3:30. It's not night at all.
You know what I mean. It's
you
their
came
day,
into the Voice this morning and said that it was the morning at 2 p.m.
I am okay. Listen, in my
and now
defense,
it's the night. Where does your day go?
In my defense, I am EB. I'm sleeping right now.
You don't have a day. You have a morning and an evening. There is no afternoon. There's no midday.
I mean, why would I have an afternoon? That's just one of the most boring times of the day. Like, I mean, morning, you wake up, you're starting your day. And the evening, it's all culminating. That's when the fun happens. Like, why have an afternoon?
That's a good point. I could negate so much League of Legends ranked if I just didn't have an afternoon. All right.
You know how it is.
Ain starts first kill onto the map, onto Cable. That's the initiator. Gone. Flash out through for Stoop and company. They're able to take down Banthanor, not before he gets a kill. Teleport across for Soup. We'll see if they can get anything done here. 1 kill from Fett onto Ain. Fett's going to try and push the envelope here, push the information. Plant starts to go down for Scarecrow. Fett wasn't ready to push through it. He has to turn around, though, because Kang is right there. Soup's got 3 in the round.
Bonus round denial from Clark University. That might be something that comes back to bite Cornell, because typically a team wins 3 rounds in a row to start the half off. They have the 4th guaranteed. Because look at the economy of Cornell. There's nothing. Cornell right now is in shambles, so this should be a guaranteed double digits for good old Clark University.
All right. 7-6. Did I say 7? No, that says 9. I just can't read. 9-6, Clark University. And Clark is looking to win another one here. Cable is able to take down Zrona, though he took a little too much damage from Banthanor.
Wait, why is Spike? Oh, I see the play! I see the vision! The Omen ult! I see the vision.
The Omen ult works if
oh my goodness,
they're not just stuck. Right? This play works really well if they're not just stuck.
Enemy tag.
And they were a little stuck. Ain's pinging out, but there's a player there. Oh, but it doesn't matter if they're stuck. I guess not, because they're just too good. They're just way too good. 10 rounds for Clark.
That'll make double digits. Yes, sir. 4 in a row for Clark coming off of the pistol round. And Cornell is stuck with a almost must-win situation, considering if they don't, that'll give Clark University 11. And you know about 11, that's 1 away from 12, and 12 is 1 away from 13. And 11 is sometimes more menacing than 12. I've come to notice this. If you are, like, really, really losing, like, if your enemy team has 11 rather than 12, that's sometimes more scary. I don't know why. It might just be me being a weirdo.
Scanning ahead.
All right, recon dart out to start. It's instantly destroyed. Let's see. They're trying to do a little bit more here. Cornell's already doing better than their last game. You were hoping for 7. We were also hoping for a win. It seems like maybe some of those will come true. But they've got to push Clark off their little snowball here. Start through. Seen. Zerona. Grab 1 on Mathenor through the smoke. He's got 2. Zerona's unstoppable. Zerona's very good.
This guy can't be stopped.
He's very good at this video game. Nope. I'm done. I'm sorry to tell you this, but you're gonna have to solo cast the rest of this. What is this team?
Yeah, MEC's done. So, hello everyone. I'm here. I'm not
like,
quite
what is
done
this
yet.
team? Like, Zerona walks in, grabs 2 kills through smoke. Okay, fine. And then Ain just walks around and grabs 2 people behind the back, even though they heard him shoot the window out. Like, how do you get that lucky? I don't get this lucky.
No, it just happens like that. Some teams have all the luck. You know the saying, some guys have all the luck. This absolutely goes the way of Clark University right now. They have all the advantages that they could have. They have the seeding. They have a statistical easy match going into the next round. As they're the 2nd seed, everybody except for Ohio Northern is going to be a quote-unquote easy match. It's not going to be actually easy, but to seeding, it's going to be a map that favors them. And also the luck. It's just a product of everything that Riot Games loves to bring upon the not-so-fortunate players. This time, it's just Cornell University. It's unfortunate, but it happens. Cornell College, there's always next time. They're going to call a timeout, try to salvage this game and series, but if they lose 2 more rounds, then that will be the series. That will be their upper bracket run done.
All right. Let's see if they can do it. They got 1 round to play with. 1 round. Maybe 2. Maybe.
It's also an eco round. Let's not forget that.
A lot of shots.
Cable's immediately goes down.
He doesn't see anyone. He just got shot a bunch.
Free reign for the utility for Clark now.
Someone's picked up the sheriff, but if the sheriff is going to be the call to help win you this round, I'm worried a little bit. You're running through the smokes. I actually really like that. Anthenor's Bucky tries to get something done, but it won't to start. Oh, okay, Zerona. Like this team, every time I'm going, oh yeah, no, that's cool. They just do something cooler. Lamp's got the spike. Well, he's got the spike in front of him. So Clark needs to get into here. But Ain has been on a tear, and Scarecrow is very good.
Last player standing.
Yeah, there's one, and the last player alive has a classic.
That was so unfortunate. They had a 2 versus 2 in hand. The Sova also grabbed a Vandal. That was a very winnable round for Cornell Esports. Unfortunately, winnable does not mean 1. In this case, that rings true. It's Clark University now 6 rounds in a row on a so-called defender-sided map. You know what? Maybe I just do not know my stats, and maybe my site's wrong.
I don't know what this defender-sided thing you speak of is.
Clark University doesn't know either. Defender-sided, what's that? Let's win 6 rounds in a row on attack. If the trend keeps up, it'll likely be 7. Let's be real.
You hope it's 7. Right, for this game to go on, for Cornell to not get dumped down to the lower bracket, you hope it's 7, right? You hope for another game. But, like, stats, statistics, mathematics, history, probability, all of those things say it won't be. Kang's
Panthenor
got
looks
2.
Oh my.
Oh. Panthenor's got 2 though too. Okay. Oh, he needed the headshot there. Ain tries, but he can't.
Attackers win.
Ain with 2 to finish it off, and oh, okay. That's playoffs round 1 finished. As Clark University beat Cornell College. Don't fret though, there is a whole lower bracket where Cornell will get to go face against, I believe, Simpson. We can bring the bracket up. I'll just point at things.
Yeah. So
yeah.
basically,
we're getting up to
Cornell's going to be right here.
Yeah, they'll be here.
Cornell's right here.
And then they'll
Clark
be here.
University is up
like
here.
Here, yeah.
Somewhere up here.
Yeah. In this area.
In this area, exactly. Yeah. And Cornell College, unfortunately, down here. You don't want to be down here. This down here is bad.
Down here is a bad
This up here is good.
Yeah. So we're double elim. So if you lose your first match, that's okay. If you lose your next match, that's less good if you're Cornell Esports, because that means you don't win anything. You're just out. You've lost both your lives. So yeah, that's less good. So we'll get the bracket up in a second here. Let's talk about that last map for a minute. Zorona and Ain are very good. Let's talk about the bracket. Talk about Zorona and Ain in a minute. Clark beating Cornell 2-0. That finishes our weekly slate of matches here. Next week, Cornell will take on Simpson, who lost to Briarcliff in a 2-0 earlier today. And Southwest Baptist University will take on the Cleveland State University Vikings, which the Cleveland State University Vikings are a very good team. Like, let's be very clear. Very good team. Technically got beat by underdogs today. And that bottom set is going to be your lose and go home area. So you don't want to lose anymore. There's not really a chance for you to lose anymore. Next week in the upper bracket, we have ONU, who has played incredibly through the season, incredibly through the playoffs already. Clark, who just beat Cornell, Briarcliff, and Miami, Ohio. I don't think anyone really expected Miami of Ohio to be up here, but they're still a really, really good team. So we'll see how they move along through the rest of this bracket.
Yeah, MU was one of those teams that they were placed a lot lower than they should have been, simply due to how many forfeits that they had. If you remember back earlier on the season, they had a lot of matches that they just simply could not make, and they had to forfeit, which got them bumped down to the 5 seed. But realistically, from what we saw yesterday when they faced off against the Vikings, they absolutely deserved to be in that 3-2 spot, because it was on par with what some of these teams like Briarcliff and Clark are putting up.
Yeah, no, they're a very good team. I watched them for a couple of years in the ESC, the Esports Collegiate. I don't know what it actually stands for. In ESC, which is another esports conference for college that runs out of the Mid-American Sports Conference. They played against my alma mater, Buffalo, for years, and I watched us get dumpstered and also beat them a lot. So I know that Miami is a really good team. They were like top 2 there. We do have an interview though with someone from the winning team. Go there.
Scarecrow. Yeah, we got an interview with Scarecrow, Mac. Let's I'm excited. I'm excited to get some questions going on. If you want to see the interview, make sure that you stick around. We'll be back in just a couple of moments. Interview coming up soon. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome back, everyone. We have with us today Clark University's Scarecrow. You can see him in between us here. You guys just won against Cornell College. I have to ask the first and most important question, which is how does it feel to play up against the Odin god Banthanor himself?
Well, he may claim to be an Odin god, but the last time we played, I was getting a few shots through the wall on him with Odin on his end. So I don't really think he's the Odin god, but we'll see. Maybe next time we play each other, we'll go Odin against Odin.
Wow, a bold statement. I like it. So, Scarecrow, I know your first map on Bind went absolutely fantastic. It's typically a defender-sided map, but you took the attacker side at half 10-2. Talk us how you did that.
I feel like it was just being more disciplined, by not just over peaking. Maybe sometimes if we wanted to peak together, we would just call it. I would throw a few flashes out. Maybe Ain would just do his own thing, go crazy. And of course, Zerona, just double satcheling in. They're just going crazy. I don't know. It's more just playing together more than anything.
I definitely like that. And another similar question, but the same thing happened on Ascent. Your defensive half went 6-6, but as soon as the side switched, you went 7 rounds in a row. Talk us through the comms of that one and how you did it.
So for Ascent, on the defensive side, we were playing, I think, too aggressive. We just kept over peaking and just losing too many 1v1s. But once we got to the attacker side, we were more like, why not just play together? We're just having too much fun because we kind of just like throwing rounds sometimes by accident. But it's kind of hard sometimes not to.
I've been there.
Oh, yeah. So next week, you guys play up against Briarcliff University. Where do you guys think that match is going to go? Do you think it's going to go 3 games? Where do you guys think you rank up against them?
I think it may end up us, but that's because we kind of know how they play, because we played against them twice this year, and we played with them at Outland last year as well, so we kind of know how they play. They may take us by storm on maybe the first map, the second half of the first map, but we're going to win it overall.
And then I guess the last bit, I want to ask you about the team, the quote-unquote upstart that we've seen here so far in the playoffs, which is the Miami, Ohio team that beat on Cleveland State on the other side of the bracket. Are you scared about this team that kind of came from kind of nowhere? They didn't play a lot of games in the regular season. A lot of them were forfeits and stuff. So are you a little scared because there's less stuff to watch on them?
I don't think so. I think we win no matter against usually any team, because that's just how we are playing together. But against Miami, Ohio, I think it's going to be a little challenge because on them. But we also had to forfeit a game against them because we had another game, so we couldn't really check to see how good they were at that time.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us. Tucker, you got any last questions?
I do not, Scarecrow. Just want to say congratulations and best of luck in the second round.
Very much, guys.
All right, and that concludes the MEC Valorant coverage for this weekend. We'll see you all again next weekend for the next round of shows. Tomorrow is Smash with Smash people, and we will see you all again back here next week on Friday for more MEC Valorant.